Hey everyone. Welcome to episode 54 of Press Any Key. I'm your host, Pat Apparano. With me as always is my co-host, Mike Burke, Nick McFly. Jess Rossi's at the table tonight, everyone. Let's give it up for her.
Day has come.
And Danny's at, he's driving the shit.
Good luck,
Remember to blink, Danny.
Hey, by the way, are we actually on the internet this week? I just want to make sure. I know there's been some issues. Does it say live?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says live and stream.
Good. All right. Just want to make sure. There's,
We're live, baby.
sometimes we miss the first 3 minutes of the show. That's all.
That's okay. That's when we shake it all out.
So
anyway.
actually, house cleaning things. First of all, if you like this, subscribe to our channel, like the stream, go follow us on all our socials. It's just at pressanykey.tv.
Go follow us.
go follow.
You get the fuck out of here.
Pretty aggressive.
Gun to your head. Go follow us right now. But yeah.
So are we threatening people now?
Yes. Did we have a show last week?
No.
No.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
It's weird. When we don't have a show, I feel like I got nothing going on.
This is my
I
whole
don't
life.
feel that way.
I envy that. I envy that.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll get started then.
Yeah, let's
Not a great topic, huh? Activision.
You're gonna pick that first, and I was like, all right, let's just slide
Let's
right
just
in
get
there,
right
folks.
through
Is that
it.
at the top of the list?
Yes, it is.
Well, there's our first problem.
We gotta bury the
Yeah.
bad. You gotta do the good thing, bad thing, good
Yeah,
thing.
like
the
a compliment sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me, bro. Not me. Bobby Kotick deserves no compliments as far as
Now
I'm
I know
concerned.
I'm at the table today.
Come on.
It all makes sense.
Pull that sucker right up to your face.
That's why
I
he's getting
can't.
Pat, you got to choose your words more
Yeah,
carefully.
there's people that only listen to this.
Pull that big phallic object right to your mouth
Don't do this. Come on, man.
and look someone sensually in the eyes. Not me, but somebody else.
Look the audience
too
in the
much.
eye.
Now I'm Bobby Kotick.
Pull it back. Pull it
Anyway, so Bobby Kotick is the CEO of Activision,
Will continue to be the CEO of Activision.
which is fucking crazy because anyone else would get fired for less. You know what I mean? Like if somebody came back with a poor performance review at Activision, he'd be like, "Get him out."
if well, that's the thing too. Like if you look at it from like a business point, their stock and sales are dropping. The board of directors would be like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And apparently, it's not a
Well,
problem.
because the
here.
board of directors are all of his friends.
I know, but that's the thing. Like people get fired for less, and it's just like you could justify it for like sales or the sexual assault. Alleged.
No,
but
they can't.
nah.
Give him
Well,
a good compensation package and get him the fuck
He's got
out.
a nice one. He's got a really nice one. I
Got a
read
real
he's got
nice one?
12, yes. He's got 12 to 18 months salary, a bunch of stock, like basically a golden parachute if they fire him. So it's
Yeah.
not like it
Yeah,
really
he'll be
matters to
fine.
him.
Get him the fuck out of there.
But he didn't sexually harass anyone. At least that's not what these allegations are. It's he actually knew about it for months, years before this ever it blew up in everybody's faces over at Blizzard. And the issue is that he came out and spoke out against these allegations and like this workplace culture and everything when he was fucking spearheading
I can't
it.
believe you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that the same thing that happened with what college was it? And like the coach, the head of the
Pretty much any
the
like
sports
big
program.
college,
It's like
I feel has
it's
done
like
this.
is always the case. It's like the guy on top always fucking knows what's going on.
How would you not like?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I read to Mike earlier today. I read to you earlier today.
We
Put
did-
you,
it was-
put
it
you
was-
right to sleep.
I took a nice nap.
It took Activision 5 years to fire someone who was using the signature in their emails, 1-800-ALL-COCK. That was his signature. His email.
I'm gonna try that and see how long I last.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing with that too is like you don't have an internal versus external signature. Like
Yeah, and also the other thing is that like that's not something you could fuck up. Like you don't
you don't accidentally write all cock.
Oh, I meant to say all rock because I love rock.
And I'm just too lazy
Nothing
to
but
change it.
rock.
I just haven't gotten around changing it at
It
all. I
was
just
the
can't.
actual words.
Yes, it was 1-800-ALL-COCK.
Wonder if anybody dialed that number.
Let's do it.
You're the caller right now.
All right.
Yeah, this thing needs to be
Sorry.
right in front of your face. Hold on, actually, I
Yeah,
think
you
the way
can-
they
you can
do it
push.
is like
Oh.
that.
That's
Yeah, like right here.
It's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots in
Yeah.
here.
cool.
Pick it up
get
and
it.
sing into it.
Cool.
Yeah, you see like where mine, like that's probably like the
Okay.
optimal zone.
Okay.
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
1-800
Nick's,
all-cock.
Nick's calling 1-800-ALL-COCK.
Welcome to the wildest, all live, all male action line.
What? It's real.
For you, we've got it all right here. Yeah. Grab hold of your rock hard muscle and enjoy the most erotic fantasies ever.
The penis isn't a muscle.
Deep, fun you can handle, and so much more. So, stud, you're experienced, then whip it out.
Why is it a man talking?
Okay.
Enter the
Ah.
numbers now. If you don't have a credit card, press the star key for other billing options.
There we go. Now you're starting to.
No, no.
I'm sorry. Please re-enter your credit card number now.
beep 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 beep. I was
Feature that in
waiting.
my next single.
Yeah, Nick's gonna get a charge. Like
That
on his-
reminds me. That reminds me of like a time in high school where there was this kid named Leo who we were on tech crew with, and for whatever reason we were just we were doing we're teasing him. And my friend John said, "Why don't you try calling 1-800-LEO-LOVE, right, as like a sex line?" So we did, and it was real.
Yeah.
And it showed up on his phone bill, and his mom was all pissed off.
Oh shit.
No, my friends did it. I swear.
I'll follow up and let you guys know if I get charged for that.
Well, I don't think you'll get charged. It'll just say that you called them.
What's the
Oh.
1-800 number? Like, so that's not like you shouldn't get to
Toll free?
Yeah.
Like 1-900 numbers, so those will show up.
But
You guys want to try 1-900-ALL-COCK?
so that's
You're
so what's
instantly billed $2,000.
What's even bullshit is like that joke's not even
I was
funny
gonna spend
now.
that on NFTs.
That joke's not funny now because it's not even original. It's not an original joke. The all-cock guy.
oh
But, like-
yeah. Hey, he got us.
He did.
He did.
Maybe that's his service.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he was just promoting like
Yeah, he's
It's a side
an
hustle.
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good for
You know
him.
what? I respect this guy.
Bobby Kotick on the
Put
other
him
hand.
as the CEO.
So not only did he know about the sexual assaults and sexual harassments, there was an email that was sent out by a team leader. I don't know the specifics of it. It was, I don't want to say it's a secretary, but someone who's like number 2, like high up, right? A
Right.
female who sent out an email saying that they were going to tackle the stuff that was going on at their partner company, Blizzard, right? And a lot of employees said that the email was tone deaf. Bobby Kotick even came out and said that the email was tone deaf. He fucking wrote the email and sent it from her email address.
and that's why you send it from that email address. So you can
That's-
just crush that person's career.
Yeah. He also was recorded saying that he was going to have a female employee killed if she went public about certain aspects of the
Oh my
abuse and
God.
harassment. Like that's an actual voicemail that was recorded. These are also, even though these are all just allegations, obviously like it's backed up strongly by everything we saw that happened
Yeah.
with Blizzard. But even then, this was an 8 to 9 month investigation by the Washington Post or
Yeah.
Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal was
Wall
doing
Street
it.
Journal. And as far as I'm concerned, Wall Street Journal is one of the few reputable
Credible news
yeah,
sources here.
yeah,
Fair
them and
and
the New York
balanced.
Times. Yeah, I
Um,
like Reuters and AP too. but-
Yeah.
they like it came out that like several of the employees like directly have asked him if he's going to step down, and they're also weighing a workplace excellence committee that is in response to these allegations and
It's a
everything.
bunch of bullshit. Just fire people.
It's literally
Yeah.
just like you're like, we have an internal problem with sexual allegations, therefore we're working on an internal committee to fix that.
It was also just the culture of the place was just like, dude, bro, like, let's make sex jokes all the time and touch each other's nuts. And like, there was some dude that was working there for only like a month or so, and his manager was
And
like,
his
"There you
nuts got
go, man."
touched.
Yeah, exactly.
Just getting a little sack tap.
Exactly. And like, here's the thing, like, us friends here, we sack tack each other all the time. It's
Don't
good
even be
times.
putting that in the air.
With our dad
It'll,
balls.
it'll
Yeah.
be fine.
We only touch our dad's balls.
God damn it. That is
I don't know if the audience can hear, but Danny is giggling.
Losing it.
Comedy.
There you go.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Bobby Kotick's from all of what we have in front of us, he's big piece of shit. And I mean, like at this point, I have just stopped playing Activision games altogether. There's
What are the top titles
Call of
from
Duty.
Activision that you've stopped playing?
Call of Duty.
That-
I
okay.
stopped playing after this came
That's
out.
good. I stopped playing Call of Duty preemptively about a decade ago.
10 years ahead of that.
So
Yeah,
Nick,
yeah.
are you saying you knew about this and you just withheld information?
I
I didn't hear no.
What were the statements that came out from PlayStation and Xbox?
Oh, right. I do have that here, actually. So, first of all, Phil Spencer, who, by the way, is a very hard man to hate in gaming, he came out in support of emulation. He said that NFTs are basically he said fuck NFTs, like they have no value in gaming, get them the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And he spoke out against, he's actually considering their partnerships with Activision. Like, is it worth doing business with this company?
I don't want to derail the conversation, but what does NFTs have to do with it? Is there a story?
Because
around
they're
that?
trying to figure out how to use NFTs to monetize games further.
Yeah, Discord just did a thing with like Ethereum, and it got a lot of backlash from that.
Immediately. People were like,
Yeah.
fuck you, Discord.
Because people just don't want to like everything with like, again, not derailing it, but like everything with like the metaverse and all that bullshit.
Right.
People are just kind of like, I don't want to start like dealing with complicated, like I don't
Well,
want
I
games
could-
to be released as NFTs.
The one
like,
thing that would be
basically.
cool is if you could get skins as NFTs that were like you're the only person that owns that skin.
Stop.
That would be cool.
Stop.
Don't
I
put
mean,
those
that
ideas out
already
there.
exists, though.
Expensive microtransactions.
They're expensive as
yeah.
fuck.
I'm a screenshot your skin though. If you do that.
Do it.
Yo, right click save, baby.
And then send an email from my skin.
It's just ways to commit tax fraud.
But
is
I
what
mean,
it is.
but even like this is just more to Phil Spencer's character, is that like he is definitely the man. I mean, like he left Xbox, and then Xbox took the turn for the shitter, and they brought him back, and now look at where Xbox is now, a couple years after he's been back.
I do love Game Pass though.
It is, and he's like, once again, he's the brainchild of that.
Yeah.
And the Xbox Series X has emulation support.
Really?
So you can put it into dev mode, add a RetroArch emulator in there, and then take it out of dev mode, and then you just plug a USB with the ISO in it, and then the RetroArch will pick it up, and you can just play it.
You just said a lot of mumbo jumbo.
You press the secret menu and you can play other games.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then an NFT.
Yeah.
NFT Bitcoin.
Then NFT.
Duh.
Non-fungible tokens.
Solana Cardano.
Hey.
So,
my favorite Sopranos character.
Jim Ryan, Sony's chief executive for PlayStation, sent a note referencing the latest developments on Tuesday from Activision Blizzard, and he says, Activision Blizzard has not done enough to address the deep-seated culture of discrimination and harassment, which, I mean, I get what the point that he's making, but also, like, it's been 2 months, okay? You don't just not have a problem anymore.
Did you see that ad?
What?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I was kind of looking through it.
I wish we could replay that ad because there was something weird going on.
Then Phil Spencer he's also sent a message to his employees. A Wall Street Journal report on November 16th saying he and other management team are disturbed and deeply troubled by the horrific events at Activision Blizzard. I'm trying to find the quote where he said they're considering their partnership.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
He's,
Spencer
evaluating
said
all aspects of our relationship with Activision Blizzard and make an ongoing proactive adjustment.
Yeah, that's what he said. That is true.
Well, I think it's important because, like we were talking about literally right before this started, is essentially the board of directors still supports him, and they're like, we're confident in him to like continue spearheading this entire organization.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just the company has such stake to it.
They are his friends,
They're
but
his
they are
friends.
literally, quote, confident in Bobby Kotick's leadership, commitment, and ability to achieve these
ability
goals.
to make money via Call of Duty.
Yes, and World of Warcraft.
Do we know if there are any women on those boards of directors?
Probably not.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna guess probably not.
Therein lies the issue.
Or at least some people with morals,
Yeah.
regardless
Money.
of gender or race. I actually
Yeah,
don't
Activision's
know.
board is full of CEOs' old friends.
There you go.
So yeah, pretty much the employees told Bloomberg that they're underwhelmed by the internal responses. So yeah, he's not
No
going
kidding,
anywhere.
He's not going.
He's not going anywhere.
Well,
It's
I mean,
fucked up.
maybe if PlayStation like uses their wallet, we're not dealing
Hopefully.
with you anymore.
You know,
I mean, I hope that it holds more, like it holds weight in that way, and I hope
Yeah.
that like they'll be like, wow, okay, hold on, never mind. If people literally can't play our games like
Yeah.
on an entire platform,
Yeah.
but maybe they'll
Wow,
put out their own
exactly.
platform.
Everyone delete your World of Warcraft accounts.
Yeah.
it'll never happen. People have entire lives. I know people who got married off of World of Warcraft.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes,
They have
fell in
weddings
love
in there,
online.
like-
They met in real life. They started dating. They turned long distance into let's live together. Got married, have kids. still
And
play
that's
WoW.
mad luxurious.
That's true. That is true.
All right, let's move on to something not as sad. So GTA Definitive Edition came out,
Also sad, not as sad.
Definitive edition.
and it was not done.
It's clear that this game was rushed and there was no care put into it
So-
whatsoever.
They did put out a patch yesterday that addressed a lot of these issues. I haven't seen, and that's not the interesting stuff. So that shit's
Right.
not going to make it onto Twitter. They did put back the old PC versions of the game, so you can buy those as well if you wanted to. And like I said, they fixed a lot of the issues. At least that's what their patch note says, especially the rain. I heard.
rain was a big
the
one.
rain was horrendous. It
But
literally
there's
was
other
like
things-
a 3-frame animation that
Right.
was like
Yeah.
Well,
not.
but even there, you'll see. I put together a clip. There's some in there where it's like you would just move your camera and the rain would disappear.
Yeah.
But there's other things like when you go to the gym, the the heavy bag, you can't interact with it. There's like I think I told you about the glass. If you shatter glass on a car window, it just disappears. There's no animation. So it's
Right.
like all the little quality of life things that make GTA great. They just
And there
skipped
was
them.
there was no reason out like there wasn't like a 10-year anniversary or anything like there was no deadline they were trying to hit.
I think they were just trying to
So-
get people to shut up about 6.
You ever notice how they didn't show us any gameplay before the game came out? I
Why
was
would
like,
they?
it's
We've
a little
played them all
sus.
before,
It's
Pat.
a little sus. All right, Danny,
Let's
ready
watch
over
some
there?
clippies.
All right. Yeah, let's check it out.
Like riding bike, ain't it,
Oh,
boy?
I've seen this one.
Yeah, it all comes back.
How you doing on the Fetty?
I'm kind of short, you know. Crash took all my paper, man. Left me with nothing.
Oh my god!
I'll catch up with you.
I'm just gonna turn this a little bit. Dude, this is fucking unreal right now. Look at this one.
Why are his eyes red?
I don't know, but that's
Oh my god.
the least of his problems.
Yeah.
I will say,
Well,
realistically,
I was
off-center.
yeah, I literally was about to say at least he's got it like compensated.
Watch what I'm doing. Oh my god.
I'm always crashing.
It's on fire.
He's getting a stunt bonus though.
Worth it.
Oh, this was a wild one too.
People just get oh
Can't get on the train.
the
They
train
just-
acts as a hitbox still.
Oh my. Ew. Why is
The
this
train
all
is
so
poisonous,
mushy?
Burke.
That's how
It is very
everybody
mushy.
dies.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Does he get on top of the building?
Well, that's one way to get there.
No, Burke, he goes through it.
In a million years I wouldn't have guessed.
People saved.
Wait, that counts as a win?
Yeah.
Like, why does that keep happening?
I think just the ambulance or somebody being able to get in the back of it.
What? You're
Yeah.
stuck in the geometry now?
Yep.
That's fucking amazing.
love your sister. I honor her.
The hands.
Oh, look at his fingers.
Fingies.
Happy with me, Gunnar.
What the fuck?
Ooh.
So you go to start the mission. And you just fail.
Instantly lose it.
That's great. That's good. Oh, I've seen
no.
this. Yeah, you can walk across that though.
All right, all right. Oh, what the fuck?
That theme song's good over this.
I like it. Does it come back or?
Oh, please not be there. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Just super weird collision. And now,
Oh.
I had to change the
Yes.
music for this one. This is too good.
so the car just gets bigger and bigger.
As you wiggle around.
There's one in GTA 3 where as you drive, the car just gets like monstrously bigger.
I don't even understand why this would
Yeah,
happen.
what could possibly?
It's huge. Oh my god.
Look at the wheels.
Make it bigger.
This one was courtesy of Dan.
Beyblade.
Oh, nice.
can hear a little bit of Cars by Gary Newman underneath there.
Wonderful.
This is like literally the most unplayable
Wow.
thing.
Good thing is, like, he's following the map pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Well, okay. Oh my god. This is fucking wild.
And it's not even like it's like these don't require your system to run on anything that like would not be like generating the graphics. in
Not
this
at all.
way.
This is Unreal Engine 4.
Oh, no, okay. Oh boy. I have no idea what's even gonna happen.
Amazing.
That was from
Oh, here's the
Full
rain.
House opening sequence.
John's house in the middle of Broadway.
Oh wow, it's literally rendered in like rectangles. It might be.
Well, it's not like they put rain all over the map. They put rain
Right.
over you. And
no, I understand that,
Well,
but
not
not in
that,
this.
yeah.
Yes.
This is one of my favorites. Like, how?
What the fuck? How does that even happen? You don't look like clowns.
Everybody's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
they're all getting raptured.
very slowly.
We all float here. Oh.
You better run, my guy.
You can, bro. They're
There's no
gaining.
escape.
Can't run from me.
One more time.
Homer Simpson.
Do you see the geometry in the back of the taxi?
Yeah, I see.
Bro, how? What is like? So how many things did like the patch fix?
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not
What
enough.
did the patch
None.
do?
The patch specifically addressed the rain though. So
Oh, good.
He heard your complaints. The
There-
rain was an
We know
issue.
you want a non-problematic gaming experience, and the one thing to make it that way is environment.
There was one thing that I saw that was like, if you were parachuting, there's headlights projected onto the highways to make it look like
little preview.
little
for later.
preview to make it look like there's traffic.
Right.
Whereas in the original game, it like it would populate around you. Whereas now they just have a fake headlight system. But it disappears, like as you get
At a
closer
certain
to it.
distance,
So like, and like you can clearly see where it starts and stops, and some of the headlights are going the wrong way. It's like they put no effort into it whatsoever.
I still love the tweet that you sent me with where they flipped the camera around and they didn't do the backwards facing
They
camera
didn't,
correctly.
they didn't put it back far enough, so it's
so it's just his face,
close
and you
up.
literally cannot see a
It's
single
just
thing.
Anthony Mackie the entire time. Yeah, he's in our thumbnail.
Yeah, that's my guy. Have any of us played
Captain Falcon.
this now since no, right?
No, I won't touch this.
I was really
I won't
excited
touch
to.
Battlefield. I won't touch what's the other ones? There's a couple of games that have come out that are pretty fucking broken recently, but Battlefield and this are the biggest ones. I read a tweet that said Halo Infinite has been so good, Activision has been a fucking dumpster fire, followed by GTA's been such a buggy mess that ain't nobody's got time to bitch about how bad Battlefield is.
What was it like? Within the first couple hours, it already ranked among Steam's like top or like most
Top 10
top 10. Yeah,
worst
quicker than
reviewed
Adele.
games.
worst review game. I said it to Patty. I was like, that did not take too long to do it all.
Anyone watch Adele last Sunday?
No, what you do?
No?
She did a 2-hour performance.
I saw
with, like-
clips. I didn't watch the
with,
whole
like,
thing.
Hours?
Yeah,
new album?
she did 10 songs
That
too.
seems a little excessive. Just saying.
I'd say.
She did 2 hours, and in between every song was interviews with Oprah about how shitty her life was.
Really?
Yeah.
It's still shitty?
That's
well,
what you
well,
don't write
after-
music like that with a good life.
I was really hoping she'd finally hit her stride.
well, I will say one thing. She did say something actually pretty profound. Like, she actually made a comment to all the people who were pissed off at her that, like, she, like, lost a bunch of weight and felt good about herself. She was just like, it's not my problem to worry about your weight. I was just like, goddamn right it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I was very happy to hear that. Everything else, I was just like, yeah, everybody gets divorced. Okay, let's get over it. Like, we got it. Your divorces are ugly. You happen to be the millionaire, so you got to pay him. You know, hey, listen.
He's getting a fat alimony check.
Yeah, it is what it is. As far as far as divorces are concerned, it's a win for men. You know.
How did you watch it though, or
Yeah, it was
like all of it?
The divorce proceedings.
Yes, I watched the whole thing. She put up a good fight.
Pat was like,
It's like the Dave Chappelle joke. She didn't put her hands up at all. She got $1.2 million from the city, which is the same amount of money that Manny Pacquiao got paid to fight Floyd Mayweather the second time. But no, it was okay. She's a fucking hell of a vocalist.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
I thought she was just like a good singer, but when I saw her live, I was like, damn, all right.
No.
I get it. I get it now. I didn't know she was British though.
Really?
As soon as she
Are you
stopped,
kidding me?
as soon as she stopped singing, she was like, "Hello, everyone."
Yeah,
I was like,
she's got
"Holy
like a
She's like Cockney.
proper
Yeah.
Cockney,
but
like
the fact that her name is Adele, like that's a little telling. Right
I thought
there.
it was just a stage name,
that's fair.
you know.
Fair enough.
She's
Maybe
got-
her name was like really like Megan Cartwheel or something. I don't know, something really lame from the Midwest.
Megan Cartwheel.
Sounds like a Napoleon Dynamite character.
When I go to her concert, I'm gonna put that on a poster.
I love
We
you,
love
Miss
you,
Cartwheel.
Miss Cartwheel, Miss Cartwheel.
Miss Cartwheel, if you're nasty.
Oh man. Cartwheel.
Is that why all the divorce proceedings read
Yeah.
Megan Cartwheel?
I thought I hit my head.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man, she had millions to give, and he got most of it. Anyway, speaking of millions to give, we're gonna talk about Disney. How's that make you feel, Nick?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm always ready.
So Disney has a number. They're on hold indefinitely, but that basically means that they're canceled. Lucasfilm announced that Patty Jenkins' Star Wars film Rogue Squadron has been put on hold indefinitely, and they said it was for scheduling issues. Coincidentally, so did Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy. It's not scheduling.
No.
They said it was because of Cleopatra, because she's doing the Cleopatra movie and Wonder Woman 3, but those didn't come till afterwards. And as far as I know, Patty Jenkins' movie was supposed to start shooting
End of this, or it was supposed to go into
production
end of this year.
right and be out in 2023.
Filming coming next year, out 2023.
Yes. However, like they were just like, yeah, we're putting it on hold indefinitely. That's not scheduling. That is her and Kathleen Kennedy are not on the same page. And then when Rian Johnson's trilogy also got put on hold indefinitely, it's like, okay, cool. Like we've seen this every single Star Wars movie at this point. She just can't agree with the stories the directors want to tell. I tend to believe it's something like what happened with Colin Trevorrow for episode 9,
Right.
where he wrote a script, and from the things that we've seen come out about that whole script's available online. A bunch of YouTube channels have done their own animations
Oh, cool.
based
I didn't
around
know
that
that
script. And picking up off of episode 8 where they left off, it probably would have been a better.
I think it's obviously it hasn't been made, but it feels like a more satisfying conclusion to what was laid down, rather than J.J. Abrams like, let's start this whole story over again.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much. But either way, what happened with him was he wrote a script, he delivered it. She came to him and said, I don't like a bunch of this stuff in here. And he told her, well, I made one of the highest grossing movies ever, so I think I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And she said, fuck you, and got rid of him. And then they produced episode 9, and he had the last laugh.
Right. Well, and then there's also Solo. It's like they fired who was working on that?
Lord Miller.
Lord Miller, and then
Well,
they
Lord
they,
and Miller. There's two
Yeah.
directors.
What
I
do you-
said Lord Miller, like
I
it's
know
one
what you're
person.
saying.
Lord Miller.
Lord Miller.
And then they brought in like safe bet, Ron Howard. It does great work, but He flew that.
He's
you know,
great
right
at
in-
college parties too.
That's his brother Clint.
Oh, Clint Howard. That's right. I forgot Clint was at the party.
Yep.
Oh my god. You don't know about that? There's just some guy that looked exactly like Ron Howard at a party at Joe's house one night.
Oh,
Like,
I didn't even pick up on that.
How
I
many
was just
times
thinking
did you
about
let him
Clint Howard.
know?
We didn't. I'm pretty sure.
We just started calling him Ron Howard.
And like, no, he was short.
No. He looked like a young Ron Howard, not current Ron Howard.
Happy Days.
Happy Days.
Happy Days Ron Howard.
I would say somewhere between like Happy Days and and now, not like.
I thought it was kind of funny how like you would walk into
Yeah,
the
that
kitchen.
probably-
You guys remember how the Alpern house was? I remember someone walking into the kitchen and being like, "What's up, Ron?" Like as
What's up, Ron?
Hey, yo, Ronnie.
"What's up, Ron?" But I mean, it's still a case by case basis with these movies. What's up? What's the
Danny
matter?
just reacted to the sounds of your mouth.
Oh,
Listening to your
I can't wait. I can't wait for the playback for us to rewatch this.
I'll just take it out.
No one's ever
This
gonna
is
know.
live, dude.
I can edit the stream later on.
I'm gonna take the Wayback Machine.
No, you ain't.
The Wayback Machine just shows you what
Shut
the
up.
HTML code was
Shut
before
up.
they changed it. But let's what are we talking about? Star Wars. Yeah.
Dude, I'm pissed. I want a Rogue Squadron film.
I wanted it too. I love
like
Rogue
that was one of
Squadron.
my favorite video games growing
And,
up
like,
for N64.
Here's the fucking issue I have. They rented a runway. They got her in roller skates. They fitted her for.
That's true.
They brought her on. You know, they did this big production. Like, hey, I'm the first female to direct a Star Wars movie, and we're gonna make it about women, and it's gonna be a women's empowerment. And look, these are all good things. These are all things that we want to see. But they didn't have a script together. They didn't have a plan together. Like, Kathleen Kennedy is a fucking content creator at this point. She ain't a movie maker.
Right. I think that's the biggest thing. I'm kind of glad that both of these things were shelved because it's like I'm tired of Disney going off half-cocked and ruining things that I love. But have a plan. That's all I'm asking for is have a plan. Get Jon Favreau in there. Get what's his cowboy hat?
Put him at the
Dave
entire
Filoni.
helmet
Dave Filoni.
balancing thing.
Jeff Bezos.
Not that cowboy
No,
hat.
you keep him away from
Jeff
there.
Bezos. I mean, we'll take your
Space
money.
Cowboy.
Wouldn't it be great if Jeff Bezos got off that rocket and was like, in the next space I want to go to is directing a Star Wars movie? I'd be like, yep, I'm in it.
Do it in his voice, though. Oh yeah, I'd really like to direct a Star Wars movie. You can't tell me that you weren't surprised when that sound came out of his mouth.
Heck yeah.
It's just a dude, bro. Like,
He's a
attitude.
chud.
He is a
He
chud.
is a chud. His rocket was shaped like a
Throwing up in
dick.
my mouth.
Just the word chud.
No, it was shaped like a dick. And that was the same day that all like that dude bro stuff with Amazon was happening, and then they flew
a giant dick.
giant metal dick into space, and everyone thought it was great.
Yeah, but
Take that, God.
But remember, Kenneth? Don't you guys remember the Kenneth Branagh YouTube app? I just had the most amazing flight on
Kenneth
the Virgin Galactic. Yeah, Kenneth Branagh. What's his fucking name?
Richard Branson.
Richard Branson. He looks like Kenneth Branagh. Though.
I just had the most amazing flight.
It's like, who you selling
Not
this
all British
to?
people are the same.
They are.
Adele and
Adele.
him.
Adele Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem.
Sorry, I had to.
Her last name is unironically Atkins.
Come on, man.
What? Come on, that was good. That was a good one.
She doesn't have to worry about your weight, bro.
Okay,
Stop
you
worrying
can't tell me
about
that
hers.
wasn't a good joke. Okay,
Yeah, I
Get the
just-
fuck out of here. Yeah, you know it was good.
You
Shut
hit a
it
drop.
down.
You
Shut
hit
it down. It's over.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay. Anyway,
Is that how she came to fame?
yeah. Don't
So,
let-
She's the heiress to the Atkins fortune.
do you think this is a sign that Kathleen Kennedy is trying to get things back on the rails, or is it just creative differences?
It's like
It's
big
literally
time creative
big time
differences.
creative differences. Yeah.
Lucasfilm, like, Jenkins said she was like, I can't fucking deal with all of this micromanagement for everything here, and she's like, it's
well,
just
then don't do that. Then do something else.
Well,
I have a theory.
theory. From
Can we swivel that mic over to Daniel?
Oh, excuse me. Hey, I can't even be visible as I'm peeking into the mic. It's fine. All right, no.
We're thinking about you.
It's
though.
good. Either or. So my theory is that Kathleen Kennedy is jumping ship on a lot of these directors. If you look at Rian Johnson, when he got his original trilogy, it was a month before The Last Jedi came to theaters. Which meant it was good. And then Last Jedi came out in theaters polarizing.
But Knives Out.
Knives Out, good. Knives Out, very good. However,
Looper's a
great movie. However, what I'm saying is the last hit that they
Critical
had.
bomb.
The last movie that he did with them, The Last Jedi. Polarizing. You also look at one point, DB and Dave from Game of Thrones also had their own, the executive producers of Game of Thrones also had their own trilogy. They got that before the finale of Game of Thrones aired, which the final season, the final 2 seasons, they completely fucked up. What happened? Not too long after, they pull away their trilogy. Now,
More to do with Netflix, though.
Well,
offered them more money.
I get that. However, this helps my theory, so I'm only going to give the
true.
facts that I did.
All right. What do you got to say about what has Patty Jenkins been up to?
Patty Jenkins, her last movie that came out, Wonder Woman
84. There you go.
Lukewarm, mediocre. I think they're just jumping ship on a lot of these directors that they feel just aren't
If they're not
producing.
hot right
if they're
now,
not hot
yeah.
right now, they're not doing anything with them, and that's my theory. Thank
I
you.
like it.
Dan's theories,
Can you-
That
everybody.
makes sense.
Give yourself a drop there,
Taika
Dan.
Waititi is still attached to his.
Good.
Kevin Feige is still attached to his.
Good.
However, there was some rumor that Chloe Zhao, the director of the Eternals, was going to be directing the Kevin Feige one. They shut that shit down.
No.
They shut that shit down immediately.
I just think the movie was poor. Did Chloe
I
Zhao
don't-
write Eternals or
Yes.
just direct it? I think as a director she's fine, but like the movie,
Yeah,
Eternals
right.
was
Yeah.
just kind of disjointed and
Yeah.
bloated.
I still think that's wild that she just like came in there with that idea and they were like, okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I really don't even know why they made that a movie. Like there was
Yeah.
no need for that.
Well, I
to
think
be.
they wanted-
Diversity.
you can be
that-
you can be diverse in any
I-
other
right,
film.
I get that, but it's not enough for some people.
I think it also is like they just want to inject more characters just because like they're seeing off a lot of the old guard and they want to just throw in as, like who's going to be the next era.
Yeah, but which is what they did, and like with Harry Styles and the next kind of thing
Right.
out of that. But like everybody else in that film is like 40 plus years old. Like it's not like you're doing.
How old's Gemma Chan?
I don't know, but I'm talking like Angelina Jolie, Kamal Nanjiani's probably like close to 40, right?
She's 38.
She's
How old,
38.
how old is Kumail? I don't care how old he is. I'll watch anything you put him in.
43.
43. So, but what I'm saying is, it's like you're not taking
Those cum gutters.
Yeah, it's got to be in every. It's got to be in
Yeah,
every
you gotta-
episode.
Damn.
Sneak it in.
Yeah, but it's just like that's what I'm kind of saying. It's like if you wanted to do this, you could have done, like I could see if DC wanted to do this and did like a Teen Titans thing, and then it's like okay, now you're setting this up for other shit.
Mhm.
But it's just like you picked a bunch of characters that like I wouldn't want to see a single movie.
Yeah, well,
Focus on each of them.
They said
though.
that about Iron Man too.
I'm
Not
right,
Iron Man
though.
2, Iron Man as well.
No, but I'm correct.
Well, that's actually what it's called, Iron Man as well.
Iron Man as well. It's told from Pepper
Iron Man
Potts'
all too well.
perspective.
The 10-minute Taylor version.
But yeah, this is pretty much par for the course with Lucasfilm at this point. And
It breaks my heart.
And it sucks because Kathleen Kennedy has produced a fuck ton of good movies. She produced Episode 7. I like Episode 7.
She did Back to the Future.
She did Jurassic Park.
She did Jurassic Park.
She did pretty much everything Steven Spielberg's done.
She knows how to make a good movie.
Well, hold on. That's where there's an issue. Is that being a producer on set is a little.
She
bit
doesn't know
different.
how to be in charge.
Yes, she
knows
doesn't know how.
She knows how to make a good movie, but I don't know if she really has the larger vision.
The other problem is that when you have directors, right, that know how to tell a story, as opposed to you founded a story division of Lucasfilm, and it's just and this is not a slight against anyone. It's just a bunch of women. That's all it is. So they're trying to push. Come on, dude. You watched The Last Jedi. You and I have talked about this before. That there is a certain agenda in some of these Star Wars movies. It's not overt, but it is in there.
I'm just not sure where you're going with this.
I'm just saying that like people are getting tired of like the shit that's going on with Star Wars, and like this is also
Right,
probably
well,
like they probably came to them and were like, these are the things we want you to put in your film. Figure out how to get these in. You can't, then get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm thinking this is coming from. The story division has power over the directors for the directors to just tell the own story that they want to tell. You know what I mean? Like that's really what this is.
That is a common problem in a lot of like in
TV, from what I've seen, there are a lot of times where. Thank you.
Dance
There are-
takes part 2.
Dance takes. Oh my God, let me change the camera. But there are a lot of times where you do have somebody who is a producer who is used to working on one movie at a time, where then they move over to the studio or the network side of things. They're used to living in the minutia of everything. And so they begin to micromanage. And as they're micromanaging, they're not looking at the bigger picture of anything. And they're just trying to live in this movie when it should be, as you're saying, I'm the director.
Like a holistic approach.
Let me, where you on the studio side, the studio side should be looking at everything from a bigger
Macro
picture
versus micro.
macro standpoint, where you should just tell the director, just report back to me every now and again. Let's just make sure this is somewhat on the right track.
I just think that this is a
on
problem
the same
that has
page.
been around forever. You know, this is not a new thing. Hollywood has always been plagued with, higher ups in the studios making terrible calls because, you have the people
they're allowed to.
The people
Yeah,
on the
but-
ground should be making the decisions, not the people up top who are like plotting out the future of the financial
Right.
success of the
But
studio.
this is
It all depends on what
specific.
those decisions are.
Right.
It depends on what those decisions are, because sometimes the director does not know the larger picture that they're trying to
Right.
Right, but
and
then
that
also
is not
goes
being
back.
brought down to
That goes back to the original point, though, that she should be on the same page with her directors before they go into production. You know what I mean? Like, how far did Kathleen Kennedy and Patty Jenkins get into fleshing out a story before that promo was shot? It was, do you want to do this? Yes. All right, we're going to announce it at Star Wars Celebration because we got nothing on the fucking docket right now.
Right. So it's more or less just Disney trying to do a PR thing because
Yes.
it's like Disney's, like the kiss in the background where they were like, "Oh, here, look, we're progressive."
Yeah, where it's like you don't. Well, I think this is the point that
listen,
Pat's trying
I'm
to
not
make with
saying
that.
I'm not saying that they're putting bad messages or they're trying to push a certain overt agenda.
Right.
Okay,
It's just
but
that
I'm
they're
just
thinking about
saying,
that
yes,
first.
And
they
it-
are
and
putting
it-
those things before actually telling a story.
And it also doing that leads to super ingenuine,
Disingenuous.
Right.
Thank you. It's
It's-
super disingenuous approaches and inclusivity in that way.
Like we
Right.
watched last night in Soho. That whole movie is about misogyny and fucking basically the predatoristic characteristics of men.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like it was like that because in the moment in the script it's not like that. But that whole movie is really about that. You know what I mean? You guys
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
I mean, even something as blatant as Promising Young Woman, like that was the
Yeah,
whole
true.
thing, and it didn't feel ham-fisted where they were like trying to get a message across. It was like they're trying to tell a story, and that was part of the story.
Right, and that whole movie is, don't say it because this fucking video will get shut down. That whole movie was about a certain horrific act, and they never said the word once, and you knew exactly what they were talking about the entire time.
right.
Have you ever seen that? Just curious.
Yeah.
It's good,
really
right?
good. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. I thought the ending. I thought they were gonna torture that motherfucker, but nope,
No,
nope.
life isn't fair.
She gave her life
I'm
for the
glad
cause.
that that movie brought back The Stars Were Blind song by Paris Hilton because that needed to come.
I remember watching
That's
it.
a
and
great
I didn't know that song, and Alexis was freaking out.
God,
And she was
I
like, "This
love that
song," and I was
song.
like, "What?" It just right
Yeah.
over my head.
Yeah.
But-
Thanks, Paris. Congrats on your recent marriage.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sad that this is how this is going. I wouldn't
No.
listen.
No.
What?
I think it's great.
I want to see Rogue Squadron by Patty Jenkins.
I just want a cool,
I hope it gets
shooty space
It'd be
movie.
nice. Well, first off, I care less about the Patty Jenkins thing. I would hope that they can get it going again. But I care more about Ryan. I almost said Ryan Gosling. Ryan Johnson getting his fucking wings clipped because that motherfucker doesn't really think about. He wants to
Subvert expectations
rather than delivering on something that will do that
least
as
well
well as
do I actually kind of feel
having a satisfying movie that feels like it's part of the world and the mythos of Star Wars.
I kind of felt like giving him a trilogy that's offset somewhere else. Don't touch the Skywalker saga. I would have liked to have seen his complete vision of a Star Wars trilogy because I think in a vacuum, which unfortunately is a terrible point to begin with because Star Wars does not exist in a vacuum. But in a vacuum, The Last Jedi is a good movie. Everything it sets up in Act 1, it finishes in Act 3. There's really only one part that bores the shit out of me, and that's the Canto Bight stuff. And as far as visually is concerned, That's a pretty good looking Star Wars movie.
Only thing I would say, I don't think it's a bad movie. I would just say it's solid. It wasn't good. It wasn't like, oh wow.
Oh yeah, I didn't walk away like, oh my god.
But it was
like,
more competent than what followed.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Okay,
and it was a better movie than Solo. Like Solo was just like nostalgia. Here's everything you ever heard about Han Solo.
It's like a movie we'll talk about later on the show.
Well,
I know.
You good? You got it all out?
Don't even compare.
You got it all out?
It'll never be done. there's a hole in my heart, and I'm going to constantly be trying to fill it up with putting down Ryan Johnson.
It's okay. At least you're not like one of my moron friends who called him Rian Johnson. I was like, God damn it.
I mean,
it's not his name. It's Ryan.
That's how he spells it.
Yeah, but it's not how it's said. You can spell your name whatever you want. And you could say it as an inaudible shout if you want to.
That's how I say my name.
Yeah, just All right. So.
All right. Well, hold on. GIF or GIF?
GIF.
I'm so sorry. I know it's GIF.
But the creator of the GIF says GIF.
He can GIF my GIFs.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know who that was for, but I'm going to take it as if it was for Mike.
All right. So,
Danny's a GIF boy.
let's talk about fun things.
Fun things?
Spider-Man.
GIF or GIF?
I always
No
said,
wrong answer.
I always said GIF.
Okay.
GIF.
All right. Well,
Okay.
we have a majority.
I'm not a jidiot like you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. Dose.
Number 2, baby.
I'm officially hyped. I'm aboard the hype train. Bought a first class ticket. We're going all the way, baby.
We're sending it. We're full sending
Yeah,
it.
we're
and we're
full
going,
sending
and
it
there's
on
no
this
way
one.
home where we're coming from.
Do we have a train choo-choo drop?
No, we don't.
You could just make the sound.
Choo-choo Charlie.
You know, it's one of those
Charlie.
Oh, do you have the whistle?
Train whistle.
I don't have a train whistle.
An
Why?
Aztec screaming whistle.
Because I'm almost 30, Nick.
Yeah, you also have a train set.
So?
they have their own whistles. I don't need my whistle for it.
Goddamn, don't be call me out like that. Anyway, so
Charlie's
Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. Like I said, we literally just said it looks really good. Everyone's really hyped. Some things I did want to talk about. I don't think all of the villains are just plucked out of their movies. I think some of them are from different timelines, like
Alternate
altogether.
versions.
Yeah, because like Doc Ock, they actually put out some dialogue. They put out a TV spot with some extra dialogue, and when Doc Ock says "Hello, Peter," I was wrong. My theory's wrong. He's not talking to Tobey Maguire.
He thinks it's Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, he goes, "Do I know you?" Like that's what Tom Holland says. And then when the Iron Spider arms come out, he says something like he talks to one of the arms. Is like, looks like we got some competition now. Like, so he realizes it's a new Spider-Man. And then even after that, I mean, like you see in the trailer,
Right.
He gets his mask down and he's like, "You're not Peter Parker."
I like how they did the same thing from Infinity War. See, like there's like this subtle thing in the MCU.
It rhymes.
What?
It was a George Lucas joke, but it went over your head.
Okay.
He says that the prequel series and the original series rhyme.
No.
He's a moron. They
try
don't.
to make them like mirror images.
Right, I gotcha.
Really, because Empire and
Yeah,
Attack-
yeah,
okay. Anyway,
we did enough Star Wars talk.
If you watch Infinity War, remember the shield that Tony uses against Thanos, and he runs out of the nano shit, like he's got to take it from his leg.
Breaks down.
Yeah, exactly. And then in Endgame, when he puts the shield out, it's an energy shield now, so it doesn't take any of the nanobots at all. See, those like if you watch all of the MCU movies, Iron Man is slowly updating his gear based upon how he got his ass kicked in the last movie. Since Tony's not around, he can't do that. But the same thing happens to Peter, where he's getting his ass kicked and the nanobots are getting ripped apart. So when he has to cover his chest to stop his chest from being impacted by one of the tentacles, that's when his mask goes down.
Yeah.
And that's where they figure it out. I think Doc Ock's going to be a hero in this, not a villain.
That's how it seems like he's putting it, because at that point later on, he's like, "You're not Peter." And then like they're talking in that like basement-ish area kind of thing. He's kind of like explaining. It seems like they're explaining.
A lot of people are upset over that.
Yeah, well.
A lot of people are upset.
Well, I mean, at the end of his story arc, he was, he had redemption.
Right.
So.
No. I mean, like a lot of people are upset over them making fun of his name.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of stupid.
There's
but
bigger things to be upset about.
The let's Scooby Doo this thing. I was like, I don't. Whatever. Like you could have said something else.
Did you see the that Mr. Sunday where they talk about the 13 ghosts of Scooby-Doo?
I have not seen that.
It's a theory. You can check out Mr. Sunday movies on YouTube. They talk about how it might be a reference because there's like plot points that we think are going to happen in this movie that parallel that Scooby-Doo made-for-TV movie, I think it was.
Really?
Which one?
13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
Oh, 13. That's the movie.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it might actually be a legit reference rather than a throwaway line.
Still, but the way he delivers it, let Scooby do the crap out of that.
Let's see it in context.
I like how Doctor Strange makes Spider-Man web his own foot through the portals.
Yeah.
That was cool. The black suit, that is definitely a suit that Doctor Strange gives him, where he's got.
It's his suit turned inside out.
That's the theory, but I don't think so.
I think it's like a Black Panther vibranium kind of suit thing.
But it's got magic in it, though. Do you see
it has
that?
it on the one arm.
Yeah. So, like, what's he using that for? Ooh, spooky.
Spooky.
Electro,
Looks
with
great.
the mask. Remember how I told you in the video game he's got the star burned into his face, so they just kind of did it with it. But that also looks like Stark Tech, but because he's got an arc reactor on his shoulder. But that looks like Whiplash's old gear. So I wonder if they're. I don't think they're gonna do like a big here's 10 minutes devoted to this. I think they're gonna be
Bring back Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sandman's coming back.
I don't know if it's Thomas Hayden Church though.
It doesn't look like him.
It doesn't look like him,
which is upsetting.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they? They're bringing everybody else back.
It could. Well, it just at least from like the big.
Maybe it's just like not him actually on set, but I think at least
Maybe they
for
just CGI'd
voiceovers,
him.
right?
CGI.
Oh, could be. Yeah.
That's not the first time we've seen a CGI character who definitely does not exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Exists in our hearts, Pat.
Yes, he does. I can't remember his name who played the lizard, but he also, I don't think he's coming back either. I think it's just the lizard.
I think it's just literally like the physical lizard part of
Yeah.
him.
Do you guys remember when we were making fun of Lizard and saying Liz and everything a couple episodes back, the Comic-Con one, when we looked at the first trailer?
What about it?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people thought that was Venom, and we were all like, no, they're full of shit. It's the lizard. We were right. Yeah, it's
of
definitely
course.
the lizard.
Are you ruling out that Venom won't be the final?
I don't
piece
even
of the
wanna
Sinister
address-
Six?
He'll be a post-credit scene.
Yeah, I don't
But
even
you think
want to.
so?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
for sure. They're talking that they're trying to swindle Tom Holland to do another 3 in the MCU
you
after
offended
this.
me.
So
Put Morbius in there.
Well,
why
not?
are you putting that out there, man?
You know it's gonna happen.
Well, there was a lot of speculation about the Hobgoblin because there was that picture, like without the mask. It might just be Mike.
It's just him in a
Willem
new suit.
Dafoe.
It's 100% him in a new suit.
But there's that, and then also Michael Keaton's character,
Vulture.
Like that's an option.
Well, the whole thing that they
Paul
were saying,
Giamatti as Rhino.
the whole thing that they were saying was like these are all people that Spider-Man that have died fighting Spider-Man in these alternative universes,
Which is crazy because not all of those characters
Which I was
died.
gonna say,
That's why I think they're from different timelines. They're not just plucked out of the old movies.
I was gonna ask. I don't
Yes,
remember most of
variants.
those people dying.
Wait,
Yeah.
you're saying that line of dialogue in the movie where, or in the trailer where Doctor Strange is saying like these are people who die by the hand of Spider-Man?
They all died fighting Spider-Man.
They all died fighting Spider-Man.
I don't think it's worded like that.
That is exactly how it's worded.
I think it's like
Doc Ock says you're out there chasing ghosts, and Doctor Strange says, Peter says, "What do you mean?" And Doctor Strange says they all died fighting Spider-Man in their world.
Listen to it again. I think what it is they die by the hand of Spider-Man, and what I interpret that to be is Doctor Strange looking into the future and seeing potential futures and saying like, "There's no way." We get out of this without a Spider-Man, one of the 3 Spider-Men, killing these 6.
Chat, let us know.
That's what I think it is.
The box, the little box that Spider-Man's trying to steal. That I think that's what houses them all.
The ghost trap?
Yeah, the ghost trap, pretty much. The
Yeah.
Spider-Man ghost trap.
I think it does. Yeah, I think it's some kind of
housing unit
partial
where
thing
he
that
can put
helps
them.
There's a TARDIS.
Yeah, pretty much. Or you guys remember Jimmy Neutron, where he's like, I got this little cube, I put all this shit in.
Oh yeah,
It's one of those things.
it's one of them. Dump all the potatoes in there when you don't want to eat them.
I told you.
I was just gonna say, someone in chat brings up a good point. The weird one slinging sharpshooter. If the movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes long, I would be scared if they try to fit the story because the story could be easily rushed because of all the story arcs they are putting in this movie.
These villains.
That's a lot of story. That's a lot of story.
These villains are not getting all.
No
arcs.
one's getting a backstory. People are getting thrown right in.
Doc Ock and Green Goblin will have the most screen time out of all the villains.
As they should.
If you can't tell, Sandman and Lizard are there just to be there.
Yeah,
as far
to
as
have 6
to
characters.
round out the exactly.
Yeah. Well, who's the sixth? Because
it's probably Vulture.
I think Venom. I think unfortunately
I
Venom.
hope they just stop at 5.
I mean,
how does Venom play? Does he show up and he's like, "Hey everyone, I'm gonna be a fucking asshole for the next 15 minutes. Let's go." Like
Evil Tobey Maguire.
emo Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. They're bringing him back.
Maybe the 6th villain is the audience. It's ourselves.
Bring back fucking Eric
maybe the
Foreman.
real shrimp fried rice is the friends we made along the way.
What if it's Eric Foreman? What's his name?
Topher Grace.
He was Venom in the.
Bring him back.
Well, Topher Grace is Eric Foreman.
Bring him back. That's true.
Who's Eric Foreman? Topher Grace. Yeah, I don't it's just what I'm ready though.
I think it's
I'm fucking ready.
I think what will be cool is that you're gonna have like Spider-Man and Doctor Strange fights a lot of it too, because it's like that's how they're positioning a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are just gonna be visually amazing to watch. I'm so stoked for those.
Yeah, I hope Doctor Strange does some like cool like magic shit. You remember when like Thanos?
Yeah, me too. I hope Doctor Strange does some cool magic shit.
No, but you remember when he threw that force field at Thanos and Thanos turned it all into butterflies or some shit? Or maybe it was the other way around.
Butter.
Yeah, he just turned it into lots of butter. Looks like there's gonna be a lot of good Green Goblin stuff. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm just excited for it, man. Like it's gonna be good. It's not gonna be bad. Knock on every piece of wood possible, but
I don't care at this point. I watched the movie that I was convinced I was gonna hate today. Turns out I really liked it. So fuck it. I got some tweets though. I got some good tweets. Now there's 2 sets of tweets here. There's memes, and then I have this other one called complaining bitches. So which folder would you guys like to open up first?
I think memes.
All right, let's
Start
go
with
for memes. All right.
Oh, that's a lot of memes.
That's a lot of nuts.
that's a lot of nuts.
All right. So let's get this show on the road here, kids. All right. So to start, first we had No One's Ever Really Gone crackles Emperor Palpatine over the new Spider-Man trailer.
I'm done.
Yeah.
No more.
Okay, not to be that guy, but they all died in their fights against Spider-Man. Then what's this guy doing here? Because he did not. And that's a direct quote from Doctor Strange, by the way, there, Nick.
I'm still not sure about it.
So then we have Doc Ock's getting bullied by a bunch of neurodivergent minors.
That's great.
That's fantastic.
In every universe, Peter Parker's type is a woman who is prone to falling from tremendous heights. The Raimi nerds watching MCU Spider-Man laugh at Doc Ock, which is true because I have a bunch of those tweets of people just complaining about it. MAGA Tom Holland talking about sending all these criminals back to their own country. What the fuck? My favorite part of Spider-Man trailer was the end where the VO guy said tickets on sale Spider Monday. Like Spider Monday is a day we all grew up with.
We knew what he meant.
Yeah, and then the response, you mean you never celebrated Spider Monday as a kid?
Well, thank you, William.
The William.
Don't mind me, just gonna set this up right here.
Nice.
I thought this was fun. So good. Dude, why are white guys always out of shape?
Hey, man.
Oh yeah, that's a fun one, right? You guys like that one?
What?
Somebody drew the
That's
two
where a
of the
lizard
Spider-
gets punched.
Tomorrow, if this doesn't happen, we riot. In Spider-Man Homecoming, Peter Parker is called Penis Parker by his high school bully, specifically at a party in front of his peers. In Spider-Man No Way Home, Parker laughs at Otto Octavius' name with his friends because it's funny, and this shows that Peter has learned nothing.
He learned bullying works.
This is really like there was no reason for that. Oh, this was great. Not sure if the trailer was legit. This logo wasn't over it, which I don't know if you guys saw that controversy surrounding John Campea leaked 2 things onto the internet and put his watermark on them.
Yep.
And people got really pissed off. Like Sony even called him and asked him, where'd you get those?
So
thus confirming it was real.
Matt Murdock.
Matt
Well, there's
Murdock was in
also-
one of those pictures.
There's also that new heard about the team of like Marvel investigators or you remember that?
Yeah. They just call or they just send a text or
But
they're
I'm
like
wondering,
that strike one.
They're also sending out fake shit too to kind of find the leaks.
Well, the thing is that he got, according to him, he got those sent to him. And the last time he had something sent to him, he put it out on the internet and it went viral. So he wanted the credit for it. So he put his watermark on them and then he put them on Twitter, not thinking they were real. Then they blew up on Twitter. Everyone got pissed off on him. In the morning, Sony called him and they didn't tell him if it was real. But what they said was, we don't assume that you would steal the Mona Lisa and then leave your signature on it. But we'd appreciate if you took those down.
I mean, it might
Please take them
might be a
down.
misdirect.
So Doctor Strange, dudes be like, Peter ruined the spell. Motherfucker, you are the wizard.
Why is that a Subway?
Right?
Like a Subway meme. Like you ruined the sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh, right. You're the ones that made the sandwich. That's right.
Going to Subway. Sandwiches? You didn't remember my name on my birthday in another dimension, Spider-Man. Doctor Strange, when a teenager he met in space one time, asked him to break the multiverse. You son of a bitch, I'm in. I wouldn't call it a bunch. Her Snap Map says she's at my best friend's house. I saw a reply to this one that said, then you go to her best friend's house, Spider-Man. This one's good too. Lizard getting punched in the face by it was John
Like
Cena
you
all
can't
along.
see me.
That's fantastic.
That's absolutely amazing.
When you fucking up Spider-Man, then suddenly he puts out the random glasses and 8 million assassin drones appear in the sky, which like makes sense because that was like the whole movie. He's got a whole army of drones at his disposal
They
now.
better get rid of that shit.
Okay, so Danny, when I tell you there is a picture that we cannot put up here. Yeah, here's another one that someone drew.
Just tell me when to get
I will let you know. Okay, so this is something my buddy Connor sent me. Obviously, it'll be a great movie, but when Doctor Strange goes, when you botch that spell, I was like, hold up. When who botched that spell? Who, Mr. Sorcerer Supreme, which was doing the spell? Was it the fucking Spider-Man or fucking you? It's a
Do you
great
think
point.
he did something during the spell?
I was
that
gonna
fucked
say
it up?
it's probably got to be
Yeah.
like, Peter, at this point, you need to say what you really want. And he's like, titties.
You broke the multiverse.
broke my spell.
We have me and the boys about to terrorize another Spider-Man from a different universe. All right, Danny, do not put this feed up. So here's another one that got sent to me. I don't know if you guys can see.
Oh my god.
Is that Ben Affleck? Whoa, that's great. Ben's gonna be
Somebody
in the movie.
sent this to me and said, use this for your show.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Did they make this photo themselves?
Do you like it?
Spider-Man tweets.
Okay, so I have a couple more here from the these people pissed me off because they
Look at their whole
started
complaining bitches
yeah,
folder.
yeah. These people pissed me off because they haven't seen the movie yet and they're already judging it based on the trailer. And now here's my thing. If any of them were to see this, this is not a total judge of their character. This is just, they have pretty shitty takes on this one. So let's jump right in. First, we have James Franco or Winter Soldier, right?
That's funny.
Okay, here's the thing though. See how it says this tweet has been deleted? Because people lit him up. Okay? like he had to take that down because people were like, no, yeah.
Wait, go back to that. It looks like Tommy Wiseau.
It does.
does.
It really
It really
does. That'd be great. I'd watch that.
Then we have they really had to make fun of Otto Octavius's name. I hate these movies. Like that meme, the Raimi bros crying about, yeah, because it's fucking real. They're already out. And then look at this one he posted. MJ deserves to die for laughing. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Damn.
What the fuck?
Yo, John, you corny ass.
Then 19 years of advancement in Hollywood. I actually called this guy a Twitter VFX artist. Like, what's wrong?
It was great then. It's great now.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
like-
great.
I'm sorry, his costume is not different.
There's this one. This is so depressing. What is depressing? It looks fucking awesome. So then, you're not Peter Parker. Been saying this since Homecoming.
Oh my
No, that's Hillary Clinton.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
sorry,
no, it
you're
doesn't
right.
say HRC.
Been saying this since Hillary Clinton.
That's so dumb.
Then doing these side-by-side comparisons really shows how uninspired the camera work is for No Way Home. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that's
The
so
movie
dumb.
isn't out yet. There's no way you can make that call.
Also, do
So-
you not understand what like a cinematic homage is? Like,
well,
Yeah.
okay. The other thing is that
What angle would you prefer?
Yeah,
From
right.
underneath,
It's like one
like-
shot.
Yeah.
I want to see from her shoe. Like, put a GoPro on her shoe as she's falling.
well. So
that'd be
the other
great if they had one of the
thing
cameras
is
that attaches to your face.
that you're like 180. Like,
I follow this one guy who I guess he
You
posted.
know what I'm talking about, right?
I guess
you talking about the train
To
guy?
demonstrate,
I guess
if I just went like this, you wouldn't have known what I meant.
I guess
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I did this.
Oh, he broke Jess.
That's it. Do it again. Do it again.
I guess-
I think I'll bust it out later on.
It's like you're playing peekaboo with a baby right now.
Demon clown thing. Like
Are you calling me a demon clown?
Your actions are that of which a demon.
They're all demons.
I'm on the level of a demon clown.
So the other thing was that I think I follow this guy because he posts, not this guy particularly, another guy who I did not put on this feed, because he actually posts a lot of like old school Raimi content that he gets sent to him by people who work in Sony. So stuff that's like not on the special features and like cool B-roll footage, right? As soon as this trailer came out, the first thing he did was shit on the way that the movie looked. It's like you watch this on your phone at like 1 a.m. because he's in the UK
Over like shitty Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Like,
and you're already
it-
fucking saying like
It looks like a Marvel movie.
yeah. What are you talking?
It looks like
good.
every other single movie they put out.
Okay, so then we have then there's something like this. This guy actually, I think his name's Garrett. He is making a fan-made Spider-Man movie for like 70 grand and has like a big social media following. The trailer itself almost has 1 million views. Like this, it's called Spider-Man Lotus.
Well, you're gonna get 3 more after this.
Yeah. Okay, the shots and color grading legitimately look great. Like to be completely honest, best looking MCU Spider-Man movie. How can you say that though? The movie's not out yet. This
Fucking cares.
like it's not
Fucking cares at this point.
what?
Who cares about the color grading?
Oh yeah.
Who gives a
Well,
fuck?
he's a filmmaker,
The
so
people
it
who
makes
do
kind of
this-
sense.
Who gives a fuck? Fuck
No,
that
no,
guy.
no, no,
Danny,
no.
give us a drop.
No.
Shut the fuck up.
The other thing is that John Watts, the director of all 3 of these Spider-Man movies and the soon to come Fantastic Four, he actually messaged him when his trailer came out and said it looks good, looking forward to it. So he's
That's awesome.
And Andrew Garfield actually, like his dad,
Said that he's not gonna be in it.
poor Andrew Garfield, he can't market Tick Tick Boom for anything. Anything anyone cares about with Andrew Garfield is coming out next month. So then we have
Yeah, what a
these
terrible choice. Why did they start promoting Tick Tick Boom now? Just wait.
So then we have, homie, most people can't even tell it's CG. Go get laid or something in response to
That's
some of
great.
these. And then I love this one. Yes. Compare a trailer shot to the shot in the film itself and look at the Thanos with the phone. Like, because that's what all these assholes are. That's what they're doing is they're just looking at this on their phone and they're not seeing the finished product on a big fucking screen with a big sound system. Like, no, this doesn't dictate what the experience is going to be like at all. It looks good.
He's cracking up.
No, go ahead.
A big fucking screen with a big fucking dick.
Right, coming in the corners. Just like
Sneaking its way up.
So yeah, that was like I said, I cut the amount of tweets that I saved in half while putting together for the show, and I still ended up with 35 of them.
Shit.
Worth it.
It was worth it. It was good. It was
People
good.
are always gonna find something to complain about. So.
Well, that's Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter in general
That's
is
all
just
it
a
is.
fucking cesspool of people complaining and bitching about, what may or may
You
not.
make a movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
Maybe I will.
Yeah, that's why, they're the Twitter VFX artists or the Twitter directors, the Twitter writers, the Twitter epidemiologists, the
I'm
Twitter.
all of those.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. I didn't realize that
You
we
follow.
had.
I post all that content. You like every one of my posts, man.
That is true. I didn't realize that one post that you had like legitimately blew up.
Little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
He posted
Mario.
gameplay of him playing Mario.
It was COVID hoax.
What was that like, by the way, seeing all those likes come in? Were your
It was wild.
endorphins
I
just
was-
fucking like, oh shit, I'm
Well,
popular?
my phone was just like constantly buzzing, and I was like, no, what do I do?
Gotta come up with more hot takes.
People were stopping you in the street.
Is
Is that ML Burke?
underscore in there? You pronounce it? Yeah,
Say it.
that's it.
Say it.
ML underscore Burke at ML underscore Burke.
You're gonna get follows now. Good
Whoa,
friend
my
of the
phone's
show.
blowing up.
All right. So one last thing we got to talk about before we get into the main topic tonight, and we'll keep it brief because only 3 of us played it here and only 2 of us have microphones. And this guy got banned, so really, what the fuck does he know? That's
much
a bug,
teabagging.
by the way. That's a bug, by the way. You got DC'd, so
That's
it
a
thinks you got
bug.
quit early. We played the Halo Infinite multiplayer beta, and just right off the bat, if you have a PC or an Xbox and you're not playing this game, you're a fucking idiot. You need to immediately play. It is the greatest return of a franchise I've ever played. The gameplay is absolutely 10 out of 10, stellar, like awesome.
Everything about it. It looks incredible.
It
It's a
runs
beta game. It looks
amazing.
and runs. I had it crash once, but like
The
it's-
color grading, though.
Yeah, can't deal with the color grading, and it comes back to like, so Call of Duty is not really a vertical game where it's not really quite a lot of, there's like second stories and everything, but it's not like Halo where like I'm on a cliff shooting a bunch of people with the skewer, and then I look to the right and down and I saw my friend Manny stabbing some guy in the back with a sword, and then like somebody just drives past me in a fucking warthog. Like, it's just all out chaos, but it's like this controlled, like really nuanced chaos.
That's
you know
a
what I
great
mean?
way to put it.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. Yeah, I love it.
It's not like everything's blowing up left and right behind you. It's not like literally like all of like the Battlefield like trailers. It does not. It's not like that. But it's just kind of like you go in there and like someone just runs you down with that. You get hit with this. You blow up a guy there. It's great.
Big team battle feels good. It's
So
also
good.
like I
That's
thought,
a great description, Mike.
That's literally what it is.
I thought I wouldn't be okay with a shooter that doesn't really have ADS, but no, it's great. Most of like 90% of the guns are hip fire. There is no aiming at all, and I like the halfway ADS where it's like they really just kind of,
It's like he just
Get
like
a little bit
adjusted it to the
closer,
center of
yeah.
the screen and looking like 10%.
yeah, it's really not like Call of Duty where somehow the barrel of the gun comes right up to your nose and as if you're not gonna break your face firing it.
And even then, it's not helpful.
No,
Like,
no,
it's
no, no,
not-
no, no,
it's
no.
not
What?
helpful at all. The ADS that they actually added to.
Oh, to Halo?
It's not helpful.
Yeah, I was gonna say in Call of Duty you can't even shoot a fucking gun without it. That's like.
Well, that's the thing. It's like in this game, it doesn't really affect like your accuracy.
I also missed the Halo combat, which is break their shields and then melee them. You
Yeah.
shoot each other till you're right up in front of each other.
or
and you
pull out
melee
a
them.
pistol and kill them quick with a headshot.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, dude, the pistol's so fucking great for long
Oh,
distance.
yeah, bro.
I love it. It's so good, bro.
it's so good.
No, the pistol is smooth. It's a smooth shot. I love actually using the pistol more than
It
other
actually
stuff.
makes the strategy of breaking someone's shield and then pulling out the pistol to finish them off.
That's what I did for
Yeah.
most of my gameplay. Like,
Because it's actually a viable weapon. The
Yeah.
shotgun, though, they got it fixed. I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with the
well,
shotgun.
that's the thing. Like, you'll run through your clip, and that's like just enough to break their shield. So
Yeah.
it's like both of you are either
Better
reloading
getting close.
or getting
Yeah.
close. Yeah.
I like the way that the weapons are doled out in this one, where there's boxes on the field where there's certain spots where like things will respawn, but normally it's like, oh, okay, a battle rifle came out twice. Now here is like a plasma rifle.
Yeah.
I love how the plasma weapons all like home. That's so great.
Yeah.
And
The,
the vehicles are good. The flight pussy machine, the EPM. You never flew the EPM.
I will say the Banshee, broken. The Banshee is actually difficult to fly around. Or sorry, yeah, the Banshee.
a lot of like the actual flying things are like way overpowered.
Yes, well, they're overpowered, but also they're so fast. Like they're like you can't control it for the most part. It takes like a second to like get used to it.
Yeah, Pat was like, "How do you do banshee flips in this? I can't figure it out." But that like one of the reasons that makes it so difficult to actually like take down any flying thing is they take so much shots to actually get through, and the way that they dull out like ammunition in this game is you just go over and you'll pick up a gun, and it's like you won't have a sniper with 50 bullets, so you can kind of camp.
Hey, I don't mean to cut you off. Does anybody smell gasoline?
Well, there is a snowblower.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
But like, so you'll
Is
get
it supposed to snow?
I
No.
don't know. Why is he got
He's just prepping.
Yeah.
Get it ready.
All right. So this is something I saw
Is that
the other day.
Looks like him and XQC together. Yeah.
There we go.
I'm gonna mute it so we don't
Probably
get
a good idea.
jacked.
Yeah.
So these guys got on the FPM and they flew under the under the cliff so nobody could catch them around the side of that map.
Just capture the flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say I'm not entirely sure, and then I looked at the map, and then look. So they get up there, they sneak up behind the enemy base. One of them takes the other one, and then they just go like wreck shop. Like, look, grabs the flag, gets on top of it.
How he doesn't clip like that?
Like, look at this. He almost fell off, and he got back on.
That's what I'm saying. How he doesn't clip through it like that is wild.
But that's Halo.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking wild.
That was fucking sick. Let's go.
But it's good, dude. Like the matches don't run too long, but they're not short enough where you're just like, oh, I died.
The
10
power,
times
the power seed game. I love how nobody knows how to play that game until you figure it out, and then it's, oh, we know the meta of this.
Yeah.
Just fucking throw it across the field.
You have to like pick up these power cores and bring them back to your base, and you put 5 of them in there, and then you get a point. But when you pick it up, your character's sluggish. You can't run with it. So people
everyone just
pick
picks
it up,
and
throw it, run to it, pick it up, throw it, run to it. Like it took 10 seconds before someone figured out how to do it.
I would
right.
also put them in the launchers to launch them across the map. So like you can pick up power cores now, which are basically like explosive barrels, and throw them in the launcher that sends you across the map. And you could just send that across the map. And if there's an enemy at the landing zone, if it hits them, they're fucking dead. Like it's the sandbox, you know?
Yeah.
There's the physics of the world are what I really enjoy in this one. And I didn't play Halo 5 because I heard Halo 5 was a big stinker. Halo 4, upon retrospect, is they just tried to copy Call of Duty because
It's very Call of Duty like.
And but Halo 3, before I switched over to COD, was like my favorite game of all time.
I can't tell you how many times I played that game. Like
Every day after school.
store,
Xbox
like
360.
campaign and like online play alone.
Oh yeah, it's the best. The only issue I have right now is that Forge and campaign co-op are not coming until May 2022, which is disappointing because I feel that Halo is a co-op game, and especially if that's a game where like you can start at like I remember when I did Legendary mode with my friends back in the day, we started at like 6 p.m. and we finished at like 2:30 in the morning, and we blazed through Legendary. We got skulls, we turned on terminals,
Right.
All that shit. And I feel like we're going to be missing that. That being said, there was a lot of reviews put out so far, or first impressions of the campaign that have gone out. And it's an open world map. They say the sandbox is they say the sandbox is really good and that the story missions are really awesome. But right now the open world itself leaves something to be desired, which is kind of what I was expecting.
I have no idea how you'd even like play an open world Halo.
It looks interesting. The one thing they said was that all of it is optional. You don't have to do any of it to like actually complete the game, which I feel kind of cheapens the experience because like Ghost of Tsushima right now, I'm playing through that again and on my TV, and it's obviously the side missions are optional, but I also feel like they're integral to learning more about the world of the game and even getting new weapons and power-ups and stuff. And now that they're saying, like, even the developers, like, yeah, these are optional. You don't have to do them to, get all the power-ups and stuff. I just feel like, okay, so then what's the point?
Well, it's kind of like Dark Souls. Like, you can choose to, like...
It always comes back to Dark Souls.
It always comes back to Dark Souls. What I'm saying is, like, you can just choose to, like, head down, play, like, the main, like, storyline, or you can go off and, like, get, like... You can only get certain endings by doing certain things. So.
And... what I find weird is that this story thread is picking up after the end of Halo Wars 2. Like, the Banished are the main enemies.
Okay.
As opposed to the Covenant. There's no mention of the Prometheans or the Didac, which is cool. Spartan Locke's not in it either. So it's like they're picking up off of this random, like, offshoot RTS they made.
Weird. Yeah.
and that's what they're following through with. Which, whatever. I've heard the campaign itself, though, is well presented. And obviously I'm going to play through it when it comes out because I want to play the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
But then when we got that co-op...
bang, bang.
And Forge mode. Forge you would like is the creator mode.
Yeah.
Where you can just make the craziest maps.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. Go
Oh.
fucking nuts.
All right.
And they're going to have a community tab like they did with Halo 3 where you can upload your maps. People can download your maps, your game types. You can mix and match them, change whatever you want. Basically, like, it's yours to have. It's Gary's mod for Halo.
Gary's mod for Halo is a great way to say it, yeah.
The one thing that does disappoint me right now is the progression. The progression is broken as fuck.
But there's no... It's a grind, but there's no... You don't need to progress.
Well,
like, there's no benefit for progressing,
they have-
essentially.
Cosmetic.
It's all cosmetic.
Right,
aside
but
from,
God damn it, I
one or
want
two-
to...
Sea of Thieves.
I want the
Pat.
fucking Hayabusa armor, though.
You can do that with the battle pass.
Okay, so
You
here's
can
the
get
deal.
it as an NFT.
But the progression system right now is based around daily challenges. The battle pass only guaranteed you more XP for completing the daily
Yeah.
challenges. Everyone was like, "What the fuck? I just want to play and get experience." Which, like, that is one thing they should have just taken from Call of Duty, Fortnite, all these other games that do that.
What level are you in?
I think I'm level 4, and I've played like almost 20 hours.
That's the thing. I played like 7-8 hours, and I'm level 2.
I played-
Like, the progression is very slow.
I played 6 hours of COD the first day it was out, and I was level 35.
Yeah.
I've played almost 20 hours of this, and I'm level 4.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's absolutely broken. Now, to be fair, it is a free-to-play multiplayer service, so I get why they're trying to monetize. But, you know, they got to do something to just normal progression. I don't mind buying the battle pass, though, because it never expires. It doesn't expire like seasons like other
Right.
games does.
Then what's the point
What?
of a battle pass?
You
Cosmetic.
get more stuff for playing the game.
It's like, yeah, you can progress faster.
And your progression tree has more things
At
in
that
it.
point, it's like that's just like buying the game.
Yeah, but it's also only $10.
It's $10 for the battle pass, yeah.
But what I'm saying is, rather than calling it a battle pass, isn't that just buying the game? If it doesn't expire, then it's not a battle pass.
No,
right?
you're buying a function to the free to play game.
You're buying a battle pass to play through a bunch of levels and to get a bunch of cosmetics and a bunch of different upgrades and stuff, and even get some of those points back to put towards your next battle pass. And then when they announce season 2, most shooters cut your battle pass off. That's it. You can't get any of it. This you can continue to upgrade while also buying season 2 and working on that battle pass that has other stuff in it.
Cool.
You know what I mean? Which, like, is not a system I hate. I think
No,
that's a
I'm
good
fine with
system.
that.
Like $10, like every 6 months.
Yeah.
Let's do it. This battle pass doesn't expire until June 2022. So
That's pretty good.
I think it's more realistic too. Like at least for the younger demographic of players. I remember as a kid, like $60 for a game is a lot, and I would have like my one game that I would play all the time, and it's like I'm not gonna be buying $60 games all the time. So $10 a month, you know, or every 6 months.
it's not bad at all.
It's very doable.
Nope. Not bad at all.
But yeah, it's a really fun game. But 343, please take me back.
Please unban me.
Are you still banned?
Please, I don't know. I haven't tried in a while. I may still be banned.
I doubt
It's
it.
something that's not my fault.
All right. Well, speaking of ban, Ghostbusters. No.
Ghostbuster ban.
All right. You guys want to do non-spoilers and spoilers?
Sure.
What?
I mean, is there really anything to spoil?
Yes, there is. There is some very big reveals at the end that definitely.
I mean, everybody knows.
That was already like they did press for
Everybody
this.
knows.
I'll
movie.
be.
They-
Well, that's the other thing. They did press for the last one, and they were cameos in that one. This one,
Yeah,
they
this
actually
is-
had a role.
this is- much
essentially a
cameos. Would you-
cameo. That's a
I
cameo.
don't know.
It's a cameo.
The
I think
one.
we've already spoiled it now.
Okay,
Yeah,
fuck
the
it.
fact that
Listen, if you haven't seen it yet, I wouldn't be surprised.
Paul
So-
Rudd is more than a cameo.
But kind of not.
Yeah, I saved it. I saved it.
Paul Rudd is more than a cameo.
What are you doing? What are you doing there?
I'm
Pat?
looking up. Not that one. God damn it.
Ghostbusters. They're
Ghostbusters.
top build.
Who?
All right, so spoilers. The original Ghostbusters are in this. Even Harold Ramis.
Wait, I didn't even know that was a spoiler.
It's not.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not a spoiler. They're in it for
So-
like 5 minutes. At
There's
the
some
end.
ghosts in the movie. They catch them.
Yeah, but they actually bust.
They
do bust.
They bust.
They bust on
hard.
screen. They
Yeah.
bust.
Ghosts do it.
Everybody's
Exactly.
busted. Everybody feels
Everyone
good.
You just talk about how she's
So-
the worst mom
Yeah.
ever. Like,
All right.
All right,
so,
yeah. We'll get into it. So
So to start off, this movie had a $75 million budget. and it already grossed 45 million in the first 3 days. They haven't counted today's gross yet. It seems like on Facebook, that's where a lot of people I know were seeing it today.
Yeah.
Also, we saw it today.
Also, a bunch of people are going to see it next weekend anyway because of Thanksgiving.
This is the first one that we've seen. Not all of us, but
a good chunk.
Pat,
Yeah,
Mike,
yeah.
and myself. We saw it in the theater together, like a family.
The original
with Liz's
Holding
family.
hands the entire time.
The
entire
original
time.
two were,
Especially when it was scary.
the original two were directed by Ivan Reitman. This one is written and directed by his son, Jason Reitman, who he got his name off of directing The Front Runner, with starring Hugh Jackman. It's about Gary Hart.
I haven't seen it.
It's the like first big political scandal come out in the paper. Oh, he's got a second wife. You know, all that shit. Anyway, and overall I went into this and I was like, I'm not gonna enjoy this. And I found myself pleasantly surprised. Like I had a smile on my face the entire time.
Right around the 25-minute mark, we were both like, all right, I think I like this.
Yeah,
This is
this isn't
pretty good.
bad. It started off pretty slow, and I
think slow's not the right word for it. It started off, the writing was very kind of like, oh, they're really going to hit you over the head with it, with the, like, a lot of puns, and everybody is quippy. Like, what? Not every character has to be super quippy. And then, I don't know how far into it where, all right, it was towards the end, but like, when the sheriff was like,
It's like
who
the
are you going
middle.
to call?
Yeah.
It was like, God, dude, no.
when they did that, I was like, fuck this movie.
I thought the writing was atrocious. Like the
Oh,
dialogue.
he directed Juno too, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought the dialogue in this movie was atrocious. Like I understand it's supposed to be campy, and
Really?
I thought it was so bad. Like
a lot
no.
of it was bad.
I thought everything Phoebe said was fucking hilarious.
but I think like they were trying to make it in one way, and that's why I think it was bad. But it actually came out because of her acting. I think like she really acted well with shitty dialogue.
It is kind of weird how like this movie is the sequel to a comedy, and this is not set up or played like a comedy
This
at
is
all.
not in the least bit.
No,
Like, yeah.
it's played like
What would you call it?
a family-friendly adventure film.
Yeah. Oh, it was
Yeah,
very
adventure.
Goonies.
Yeah.
There was
Yes.
a lot of Goonies.
Yeah.
It was
there.
very
Yeah.
Gooniesy. It was very like indie, kind of like in that
Indiana
mentality.
Jones.
Indiana Jones, yeah. But
Not indie.
yeah, it was not an indie movie. Yeah, you know that new
It was
indie
kind of
flick.
like Garden State.
But yeah, I thought the dialogue. I mean, you could obviously tell there's a lot of it written like deliberately to make some like kids laugh and try to
Yeah.
get like more of that demographic. But I just thought it was your point on being like previously a comedy, not a comedy, kind of a comedy, but approaching it that way.
Somehow
Like
it worked though.
it worked in ways that I didn't expect it to.
It was very much a fan appreciative. Like it didn't feel like let's bring back all your old favorites and make them old jaded fucks. You know, like it wasn't that. You
Right,
know,
it wasn't
which
The Irishman.
I feel like which I feel like we've gotten a shit ton of that recently. Like especially like Star Wars. You know,
That's actually a great
where
point.
this one was like, you know, these guys aren't old jaded fucks. You know, like they just moved on with their lives and they're
Right.
doing something else now.
I think the best thing about this is there was no like Mary Sue moment. It was they did their first ghost bust and they failed, and then they did another one and they failed, and they got better, and like there was a progression. It wasn't just they know how to use the proton packs and they're great Ghostbusters. They fucked up a few times.
I got a big kick out of the ghost in the lab with the lamp and everything when he shows all the degrees.
Yeah.
You know, I was
that
dying
was
at
funny.
that.
Yeah.
I was like I found it to be way funnier than I actually expected it to be. And I don't think that comes from the setup. I think that it comes from the performances. You know, like Paul Rudd was
1,000,000%. And I think that was like a cool thing with it too, is that they really strongly focus it on the kids and like
Yeah.
I mean her mainly, that like the parents and like the adult characters, you kind of like don't like
Yeah.
them. Like or like they're not like good characters. They're not coming in to like save the day
It
kind of
didn't
thing.
feel like one of those movies where the kids are like, but this is really happening.
Yeah.
And the parents
Yeah,
are like,
yeah.
oh, go to bed, you big bitch.
Right,
you know?
like I don't believe you. No, it's
you
just
know how
it's
your
just
mom
like,
talks to you.
The adults
Yeah.
were incompetent. Like that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it wasn't like disbelieving.
Yeah, but I mean, like, also, if the adults were incompetent, it makes sense because that, you know, she was incompetent. That was her character.
I love it. I love it when her daughter's like reading, or when Phoebe's like reading, and then she's like, "Well, what are you doing?" And she's like reading. She's like, "Fucking nerd."
Yeah. That mom was a terrible parent.
Yeah.
Don't be yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my god.
And Paul Rudd was like, I'm going to get this. And he got
Like,
this.
I'm a
The whole
seismologist.
time,
all right.
Mike and I were like looking at each other like, this mom sucks.
Yeah.
She's a bad lady.
Don't be yourself.
Who are you gonna
You
call?
hate your dad for being a
Fuck
bad
yeah.
parent. It's like, come on, step it up.
Like you really, you really chose to be a good parent too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, and she was like, "I'm the one that stayed here. Like I showed up. Like just because you feed him every day doesn't
Yeah.
really mean anything."
lady, you got evicted. Like,
Yeah,
It
seriously.
seems like a lot of us have a common feeling going on here, where it's like just because you do the bare minimum as a parent doesn't
Yeah.
make you a good
I don't
parent.
know if that could
Yeah.
relate to Dan though. I think he doesn't.
Oh, fucking precious cargo over here.
Yeah, I know he. He loves his dad's balls.
that's for you,
Is
Dad.
that a heart or a ball bag?
Yeah, you do the heart and then you flip it down to the ball.
Oh my god.
Cradle him.
A couple of truck nuts over there.
Shut the fuck up.
So, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Like like I said, I went into it thinking I was gonna hate it, and then the more it went on, I was like, I like this. And what's not like the one word I would use to describe it, I think, is cute. That's what it is.
Dude,
It's a cute movie.
The little when all the little marshmallow dudes came out, and like they're coming out of that, Liz was sitting there just like, oh my god, like she was overcome with cuteness.
Which is hilarious because
And
I
then
asked her
instantly-
what the fucking name of the villain in the first one was, and she goes, the Michelin Man. I was like, okay.
it's not far
Close
off.
enough.
But then all of them start to like, like one of them falls, and it's like, oh okay, and then one of them gets destroyed by a Roomba. Then they're like skewering each other and catching them on fire. I was like, there's a lot of like, reminded me of Sausage Party. Like
That's what it reminded
Yeah.
me of too. Yeah. I think I like the like I said, the intent with this movie was not
To
like
set up a franchise.
was well, maybe. The intent with this movie was not to, do a reboot
right.
or, to, a cash grab or, maybe something else that happened in 2016 that, pisses all the Ghostbusters fans off. Which, by the way, I'm not a diehard Ghostbusters fan. I think the only time I've ever brought up Ghostbusters ever to any one of you was like, hey, we're going to review Ghostbusters for the
Did you
podcast.
notice there was one point they were talking about like, oh, all of a sudden earthquakes started coming up around 2016. It
Yeah.
was like, oh, all right.
It's a nice little jab in there.
Yeah,
throwing
right.
some shade.
But yeah, I felt like this movie was made like with a lot of love.
Yeah.
My
kind of felt
one point about it that I like loved. I loved how they did like the visual effects and because
The
it
practical
looked
effects.
like so many practical effects, and then all of it that they made it look like it was from the 80s. Like
Right,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
was so fun to like watch, and it was. I just like it was like I know why you're doing it, and it's like everything, and it's like it did not take away from it at all.
In the beginning,
Yeah.
when they had Spangler in the chair, like that was an obvious callback to the Sigourney Weaver bit in the first one. But the part where like the fucking fog comes down the chimney, and then the dogs are known as Zool, right?
I think so.
I'm not a big enough Ghostbusters
Okay,
fan.
either way, the dog comes out of the smoke, and like it's this weird mix of like practical CGI and because like that smoke simulation,
That was the
like that
smoke
had to
actually
be
was-
around something, right?
Yeah.
And even if it wasn't, I mean, it looks fucking practical.
No, I think they use like real smoke, and then they just CGI'd that
Is
part of it
Zool
into
not
it.
from Ghostbusters? Is
No,
that
No, it's
No,
from
No, it
Ghostbusters.
is.
I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, you're right. The
But-
dogs are
Yeah.
Zool.
Okay, yeah. So they're both Zools. That's what they're called.
Oh.
Who knows?
Cocker Zools.
I thought-
Josh
isn't it
Gad
like
was the
key
fucking
holder, the gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper
Uh,
and the key holder.
Keymaster.
Yeah.
Josh Ghoul.
Page man.
Josh Gad.
Josh Ghoul.
Josh Ghoul.
It was Muncher.
Was Muncher.
Did he have a single
hold
line?
on, hold on, Danny. There's a ghost in the movie called Muncher. What do you think he does?
Cox.
He just-
1-800.
It's not Gobbler. His name's not Gobbler.
Not Gobbler. What do you think he does? So like you have Slimer and he spits slime.
His name is Muncher.
Yeah.
So he doesn't munch cocks.
No.
I would say so. He eats. I'm gonna guess.
Eats what specifically?
I say cocks.
I said what I
don't know
said.
how
We
much
already
more
told you
clear
it's
I can
not
be.
cocks.
Okay.
This is a family-friendly movie. What does he munch?
Dad's balls.
Dad's balls.
Dad balls.
He munches metal. That's his thing.
That's it.
I don't know.
Well, either way, like
Then a bunch of those neurodivergent
So
superheroes would
I-
make fun of it.
I see your note there, Jess.
Which one?
And that was kind of what we were all wondering too. Like when the credits rolled, we were like, "Where's Slimer?"
Yeah.
Slimer was the only one who didn't make it back, and Rick Moranis, I guess. But
Yeah. No, that's funny.
He got punched in the face.
face on 56, and he was
That's
done.
totally what I was thinking.
Killed
He's
him.
still recovering from that, so he couldn't make
New
it.
York is back, baby. New York is back, baby.
Oh, we love you, Rick.
Yeah, no, it was. I don't even. Is there anything to complain about? Like, I don't have any like real gripes
Just a little
or
bit
cons
of
with
corny
it.
dialogue, but I mean, I excuse it because this is how you approach revisiting a franchise. This is how you do it.
That's a great
Yeah.
point. Yeah, my criticisms are the dialogue I did not enjoy, the ending where it kind of like there wasn't a like nice cohesive wrap up ending. But they didn't tie a bow on it.
Yeah, it just kind of
Star
it just
Wars in
ended.
reverse. Like,
Yeah. The other thing is, it's I wish they had a new villain rather than revisiting an old villain. I get it, like you need to tie it into the old ones,
and you need to bring them back to fight
Right.
her and finish it.
But they could have fought a new villain if like that. They're ghosts, but they're the pros.
Well, they did try that in the second one, and it didn't really work out.
Chris Hemsworth. Well,
No, Ghostbusters 2,
oh,
the one with the painting man.
I don't know. Like, what was his name? Either way, it's like you can't just have it be the same villain every time. It's like Star Wars. It's always like a Death Star or Palpatine.
Right.
Like, need a new bad
But
guy.
I also feel like this was like they set the story up around it, where like the mythology of like the reason the Ghostbusters went out of business was because the guy who built J.K. Simmons.
Yes.
What the fuck? Like he's there.
Okay, hold on. Who do you think J.K. Simmons plays? Any like a character archetype? What kind of character do you think he plays?
A dad with balls.
Oh boy, I think Danny
Or
broke.
dad with cock
There are two options.
So J.K. Simmons,
is in the movie.
not a news reporter.
No, good guess. They're in a small town in the middle of America.
The sheriff,
No, there is a sheriff. Not him though.
the mayor,
Not the mayor.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle was the sheriff.
Dave Chappelle.
a stand-up comedian.
What was Bill Burr in?
He's in a new movie coming out,
Yeah.
the dog movie, I think.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He was in Sing.
Bono.
Fucking J.K. Simmons is like an old corpse that comes back to life and is immediately killed after like 5 seconds.
He was like some dude who prophesized this shit, built a Midwest town, and then like
he
survived, like died, and then was buried in like a Snow White glass box.
Well, no, he built.
He's waiting for love's true kiss.
He built.
From Gozer.
They said it in the movie. He built the town, and he built the building in New York where the first one took
Yeah.
place, because he's like some like old like oligarch or whatever.
Yeah, he did all the
And-
Like a
mining.
Rockefeller
Right,
type guy.
and he built the temple because he read the book and knew that this was gonna happen, so that like they could be together. And then she just ripped him in half.
Yeah.
But like,
was-
is J.K. Simmons just like a big Ghostbusters
I was
fan?
gonna say, like, Dan, he was literally on screen, like as a lifeless corpse for maybe
Well, I don't
45
even think it was him.
How would it have not been?
I couldn't
though?
even
just
tell
a-
that it was him, like when he was laying down.
Uh-huh. It
Like
didn't look
only
the
when
same.
Yeah.
he came.
Then he
to life.
stands up, has like 15 seconds of dialogue, and is promptly
Yeah.
torn in two.
Asunder.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that, but he was literally torn in two, and like
Asunder.
that was
Say it,
it.
say
He was
it.
torn asunder.
Okay, thank you.
It's weird because his name is Shonder.
He was torn asunder.
I mean, great use of J.K. Simmons.
That's the thing, but it felt like he was like, "Wow, I want to be in this movie. You guys got a little part for me. That's great.
It's like Daniel Craig in Star Wars. Like,
We have
Why?
this guy who gets ripped in half.
Take it.
I'll take it, yeah.
I'll be on set for one day, and
Was
we're
his
gold."
name in the credits?
Yeah,
Because Olivia Wilde's was not.
I saw that.
Was she not?
I couldn't. I was looking for her name throughout
Yeah,
all
she's
of it.
not
It
on
said the
IMDb.
voice actor was the voice actors credited for that character, but not
Interesting.
Olivia Wilde.
So, it's funny that we're talking about all of this now because it just hit me. I can't believe I
we're
didn't
on a
bring this up
podcast.
before. But yes, very funny.
I'll call you podcast.
So
wait, we didn't even bring
I
up
like
podcast.
Oh,
he was great.
It was too much of a look in the mirror.
I didn't hate any of the kids. I thought
They were all great.
good.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, they were cool.
There's this little kid on there who's like a weird kid who makes friends with Phoebe, who's the main girl character, and his name's Podcast because he does a podcast.
You're never
Yeah.
you're
And
never
he
told
named himself Podcast.
Yeah, you're never told any other name. It's not like, oh, my nickname's Podcast. He's just, for the whole film, he's Podcast.
But he like walks around and he like narrates. He's like, they're in a blue room set with lights aside with a pilot sitting at the desk here engineering the show. The 4 people get ready to talk about Ghostbusters.
Keep going.
I'm so glad I didn't see this movie.
Danny, it was good.
It was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
I was
Surprisingly
very
good.
surprised with how good it was. I was like, holy shit. And like I said, I have no
Take that, Paul Feig.
Like my whole thing with movies now since doing this podcast is like, did it do what it set out to do? And not only did I think that this did that, but it did it in the best way possible, you know? Yeah. And I do like the ending, how a bunch of 70-year-old Ghostbusters show up at the end. How'd they get out there? Like, where were they?
Oh,
that was Dan Aykroyd got them all.
Ernie Hudson's got a private jet.
That's true too. Yeah, Ernie Hudson actually did the best out of all of them afterwards. The story I want to tell you guys was that, so I don't know how this all happened, but it was some like fraud or like scam that happened to like one of my brother's high school football teams in like 2009, 2010. So some production company that was trying to like scam football teams or whatever, or
what a grift.
Yeah, like athletic like associations.
I have no clue where this could possibly be going.
Your mind's about to be blown. Who was trying to like scam athletic programs to get
out of their jock straps.
Yeah, out of their jock straps, and like to get them to donate to this film or whatever, right? My brother came home with a contract for a payment of $1 to be in a scene for Ghostbusters 3. I was all over movies and the internet in 2010. So
not anymore, though.
Not anymore. No, I don't do this at all. So I was like, what the fuck? There's really Bishop R is where they're gonna shoot Ghostbusters 3. They're like, yeah, Dan Aykroyd's signature's on here. And I was like, does Dan Aykroyd know about this? So either way, it came down to like they signed all these contracts. I forget like how the money was gonna be changed and like distributed and everything, right? But it came down to like they ended up just getting like thousands of dollars stolen from them, and like because the night that they were supposed to film their game, there's like because there's gonna be like a football ghost, and like we're gonna film you guys as like the it's like I was like, that can't be. Like, I remember telling my mom, like, this can't be a thing that's really happening. She was like, why not? I was like, because there's like production behind this. There's like an announcement. People have been begging for Ghostbusters 3 for so long that like that game that they put out on PS2 and PS3 and Xbox 360, people just said that's Ghostbusters 3 now. Like that in their head, that's Ghostbusters 3. You know what I mean?
Were they planning on just shooting the football game as is?
And then VFX. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And of course, people who don't watch movies or know anything, I remember being like, "There's no fucking way that is like." And my mom was like, "Yeah, I got the paperwork right here." I was like, "What is this?"
Paperwork.
I was like,
Critical
"What is
thinking.
this?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, what what do you think this is? Like, I gotta ask her about that because it was some crazy ass shit, but it's real. Like, I did not make this up. This is a real thing that happened in my life. And I remember telling.
I don't believe you.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's out the window now.
Sounds like you're just jealous you didn't get to be in Ghostbusters 3.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. They actually scrapped that one, and they were like, you know what? Let's do all women and reboot it. And
Yeah, let's just do the same movie over again.
Yeah.
And it's all improv.
did anybody watch the 2016 one?
I did.
What'd you think?
Thoughts?
It was bad.
Really?
Real
It's
bad.
so weird because I know people who've seen it and said it's really not as terrible as people are saying it is.
I think it's just people like those actors rather than like liking the movie, because you can go into it and be like, oh, I just want to see, like Melissa McCarthy or,
Well, I'm also like it was like a comedy movie, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like dumb. Like it didn't need to be made. Like they just did it because, they just wanted to do the women thing. And
I mean, I get that, but also I remember when it got announced, I actually said out loud, like, oh, that's fun. It's like Kate McKinnon,
yeah, I said that too.
Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig.
I was wrong.
we were all ready for it to be fun.
You know what's funny though is that critically speaking, the last Ghostbusters actually got better reviews than this one.
What?
Yeah.
What?
This one got 74 on RT.
Well, it's still early.
Yeah.
No,
Not for
it's,
that one. For
it's
this one.
pretty set in stone at this point because when it debuted at a bunch of festivals first.
Why?
This
why?
one, and it was in the 90th percentile when it first came out.
This was?
No, the new
20
one,
okay.
Afterlife, that we just saw. And then it dropped down to 62 once it got out to mass release.
Why?
I don't know.
Why,
I didn't
Pat?
watch anyone.
Pat, tell me.
I didn't watch anyone's reviews before this to know what they're fucking cherry picking, okay?
I need to know.
I get it. Like, awful dialogue. The whole parent really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But also, we're watching a movie about guys who are fighting ghosts with fucking nuclear bombs on their back.
No, that's
Like,
what I'm saying is fine. Like, the parent being a dick, I think, was contributory. Like, I'm not saying it was bad writing. I just thought it was funny watching this, like,
trying
person
to-
hate their child.
They're trying to appeal to kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, parents just don't understand.
Grown-ups are dumb.
Grown-ups are
Will
stupid.
Smith really liked this movie
Oh, okay.
because parents just don't understand.
Nice.
All right.
I'm going to go home now.
Do it.
But
I'll
Patrick.
see you inside. You guys have seen the original 1984, right?
Yeah, I've seen the original one. I don't think I've seen the second one, though.
It's been a while.
I've saw the second one. Like, I only saw the first one in bits and pieces
Is
as
it
a
the one they
kid.
go in the subway?
Yeah.
Or
and
not
then-
in the sewer?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the second one I saw the whole way through before I saw the first one the whole way through. And do you guys remember when they first put movies on YouTube? Like back in like 2009?
In parts and like
2010?
9 clips?
No.
No, like
That's
the whole
how I watched
2 hour,
Saving
like-
Private Ryan and Apocalypse Now
Oh,
back in the
God.
day. But I mean, like, when they first started, like, you can watch a movie on YouTube. The first one that they offered for free was Ghostbusters. And it was like a Saturday night or whatever. And I watched it on my laptop for the first time ever. I was like, I like this movie. This is good.
Like, all right,
It's good
okay.
times.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't wait till they put out an all-female version of this.
Yeah.
You knew what was coming.
Yeah. What about you,
And
Danny?
you kept it from us.
Have you seen the original?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But there's ghosts.
Yeah. There's ghosts.
You don't like ghosts?
You don't like ghosts?
No, I don't like horror movies. This is not a horror movie.
There's some pretty... I mean, I wasn't scared, but there were some jump scares.
There were jump scares just by like things going like, wow.
But it's not a horror movie.
No.
Books flying off shelves. Boo.
But no, Ghostbusters, the original, love that movie. It's
Yeah.
a great movie.
What do you guys think about the second one?
I remember I saw it as a kid, so I liked it.
Yeah.
It might not have been a great movie, but I liked a lot of
people
crappy
say
shit.
People like to say that it didn't happen, and there's a lot of reports that like Bill Murray, even like he didn't. They gave him one script and he was like, "This is great," and then when he got on set, they switched it out to the whatever one they were going to use.
That makes no. Why would they? They're like, we just want to make a crappier movie.
I do remember in earlier, like while the 2016 one was being put together, right? It was right before Harold Ramis passed away, and now Dan Aykroyd's the one with Crystal Skull Vodka, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's his company, yes. So interestingly enough, they were having a Ghostbusters fan event, and all three of them were confirmed. Like not Ernie Hudson, he was, he's doing his own thing, but Harold Ramis.
What is Ernie Hudson doing?
He's in other movies, and he does TV, and he did TV shows.
But he
afterwards.
does all the conventions.
Right.
He does that. That's
But I do believe that whatever fan event it was like Harold Ramis was there. Like they were not at the event, but they were in town. So close that Dan Aykroyd was at an alcohol like convention or like show, like only a block away or whatever. And at that point in time, they were still so disinterested in doing a Ghostbusters sequel that they couldn't even be bothered to show up to the fan event that was praising their original work. Like that's how far away it was. After Harold Ramis died, though, that's when they got the wake up. That's when they got the call. To be like, maybe we should have done another one, like when we had the chance.
Right.
Unfortunately, Sony went with the 2016 reboot, which is not what anyone wanted. And then, son of Ivan Reitman, Jason Reitman, came in with the script and everything and said, "This is the way to do a Ghostbusters movie." And it says for Harold at the end, and I think it honors his legacy really well as far as ghostbusting is concerned.
I think so too. I mean, the whole movie's focused around like
his influence,
legacy.
Yeah, his influence. Yeah,
I thought that
That's
as like a
that's a great
pullback
point.
kind of thing was really nice.
yeah, and I liked how the end it was like Dragon Ball Z.
Dude, I was gonna say that. That was literally I've been waiting to say that.
Yeah,
like when he's fighting Cell, and it's like you get your
ghost,
dad coming behind you and giving you the extra power.
Yeah, and he's like holding the fucking gun with her. What?
I fucking cried.
For the end of Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, I cried at Dragon Ball.
I got a little welled up with emotion when he hugged his daughter and then he disappeared into the night sky. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Because the other part too is like he's dead in real life too, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like this was a good balance of bringing back the dead actor, and not having him play a pivotal role in the story, but not weirdly CGIing his face onto somebody else's. You know what I mean?
Oh, like in Sopranos, that they did with the mom.
To be fair, that's the first time that anyone ever did that, so they technically pioneered the idea. However, I feel like Disney was the one that really everyone was like, "Whoa, what the fuck is going on here?"
They could have just made Star Wars tangent. Everything that Tarkin did.
God damn it.
They could have just made it. What's the other character's name? Krennic. There was no need to have Tarkin other than.
Well, that's Krennic's whole story. Is how he's not getting the promotion.
Not getting the respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just make it. Respect. Just make it Krennic.
You could have just not done Rogue One too.
Aspirations. Post credit scene.
Okay, yeah. Post credit scene. Sigourney Weaver and Bill Murray.
That was just
that's
for,
fine.
That was for the
that was a throwback.
Just,
Yeah,
just to have Sigourney in there.
I can't believe she was in the credits, and it's like when her name first popped up, you're like, wait, she wasn't in the movie, and then she was in the post credit scene.
Turns out she was. No.
Then the
literally what I did the same thing.
The second post credit scene is Ernie Hudson explaining how he became a millionaire after the events of the 1984 movie, and then bringing back the Ecto-1 car to the firehouse, setting up. He's going to set up a business. So what I think is going to happen is Ernie Hudson's going to be like the boss of these new young Ghostbusters, and we're going to get 3 more of these fuckers, and I'm in.
If they're as good as this one, why not?
Yeah.
I like it.
Because it's like it's doing the same thing, but it's a different twist, and like, you know, you're bringing in Ernie Hudson in a different role, and you know, I know
and
Bill Murray doesn't want anything to do with it.
Jaded fucks either, you know? Like, I get that they had a disagreement, and like, all right, for instance, you guys haven't seen the new Blade Runner, right?
I just watched it this week.
Fucking awesome, right?
A little slow, but it was fun.
The part with the wooden horse though gets me jacked every single time. Either way,
I get jacked over that wooden horse.
So the point I'm trying to make is that, like, even though Harrison Ford's character is an old jaded fuck in that movie, it's integral to the story. You know,
that
you
fight
can't.
Scene. Ooh.
Yeah, you can't. You know, he actually punched Ryan Gosling in the face on accident. They kept that in the movie.
Good. He's too pretty.
gotta knock him down a few pegs.
Felt like destroying something beautiful.
Like I said, he is an old jaded fuck in that movie because it's integral to his character. Like, they were on the run and his whole life was ruined because of, you know, how the replicants are looked at in society. In this movie, it would make no sense for any of them to be old jaded fucks because they're all like happy-go-lucky ha 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 guys. You know what I mean? Spangler was always the crazy physicist scientist who was always like pretty much alarmist about everything. You know what I mean? Bill Murray was there just to be like deadpan comic relief guy, you know? And Dan Aykroyd was always like the weirdo supernatural one. You know what I mean? So like, and Dan Aykroyd is that in real life. Like, he went on Joe Rogan for 3 hours.
Have you seen that?
No.
It's go home and watch it.
The Rogan episode.
Yeah.
They talk no Ghostbusters, strictly about aliens for 3 hours.
Oh, cool.
Aliens and ghosts and like his whole family, their like upbringing.
They're all
was,
about
like,
it.
They love supernatural stuff.
Bigfoot is a big one. They talk about Benny and Barty Rubble, I think. That's
the Flintstones.
Well, no.
Yeah,
but I think that's their actual names. Is that
Barney Rubble?
Or it's something like that. It's fucking weird like that. But either way, they actually
Betty is a Flintstone, not a Rebel.
They got
oh no, wait.
They got
Wilma. No, I got it fucked
they
up.
Got
it's a living
shit.
They got It's a living.
That's a great reference, Mike.
They
Mike
got
was watching some Boomerang.
Let me look it up, because I don't want to fucking
Boomerang. Told you I'd bring it back.
Comedy.
Man.
But Dan Aykroyd plays that kind of role in this film. Like,
He's not playing a role.
Well, no, as in he plays
just Dan.
like they address the like old jaded element of
Betty
it.
and Barney Hill.
There you go.
Rubble.
You.
Yeah, so he talks about that on that podcast and knows every intimate detail of this story about how these people got abducted, how they got probed, all this shit. Like he's super. Didn't speak once about Ghostbusters. Just
He did talk about
aliens.
Crystal Skull vodka.
Yes.
Thank God.
Either way, though, because we got to get to clip of the week. This was good. I liked it. I want to see more of this.
2 big thumbs up.
Yes.
I think
If I were to give this movie a rating, I would give it like an 8 out of 10.
I'd say 8.5, 9.
I'd say like 7.5. I'd say you don't have to go see this in theaters. I don't think it lended anything to like being
It's
on a big
fucking
screen.
hard to believe, yeah.
But like it's absolutely worth
What
watching.
about you?
Yeah, I would say like 8.5. Also, I think that it would. The reason why people liked it so much was that it stayed really true to like the originals and like what you were saying with like the dog monsters, that they weren't CGI. Like I thought that was like so great. That was such a nice touch because it's so easy to just give in to like all of the new technology with that, and that they also didn't like have the credits rolling with some like dubstep remix of the Ghostbusters song.
But also the spirit of the original film
Yes.
was
Yeah.
there. And I think that's what's most important.
100%.
Like the spirit of Star Wars was in episode 7. And then it wasn't in
Just keep
episode
bringing
8.
us back.
And the force was lost. One thing I forgot to mention was all the advancements on the technology.
Yes, we did like that.
Didn't feel forced. They felt organic. The
Yeah.
gunner seat and the RC car and like that all felt like natural progressions without it just
When
trying to be
the-
like we're rebooting it, so now it's gonna be better tech.
When the art, like in the 2016 version where they had like hand grenades and pistols that like got rid of ghosts. When we were in the movie, when they put the wheels on the trap, I looked at Nick and I go, "That's a nice upgrade. I like that upgrade. I'm glad they did that because that feels
Smart.
natural." Yeah.
And it's like this is feasible for a child to do.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how that works because how do you control the motors and the trap and everything? But still, either way, it looks
Also,
yeah.
that little car could go 80 miles an hour, but I'm not going to go into that.
Keeping up- and doing a parallel like
Yeah.
turn with the car.
Yeah.
But excusable.
Danny, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, it's the clip of the week. Oh, it's the clip of the week. It's the clip of the week.
All right.
This is a dorm room.
Yes, it is.
It's like a dorm room.
This is real. Oh God.
Oh.
Stop where you are! Stop now! What? Stop!
The guy's like, what?
Come back in! Mate, come and help me! Please!
He was just getting out of the shower and this guy just ran into his dorm room and the cops are trying to get him out. It's like,
He's in a towel.
yeah.
Towel was really well done.
I'm not going to help a cop.
Thank you very much.
This is about to turn into a porno.
Right.
I feel like there should be dirty movie music like.
Thanks for your help.
I heard like look where you are. I thought they were talking to him like he went in the wrong dorm room or something. That really took me by surprise.
I thought. Just imagine the shock.
Also, why is his towel all the way up there?
He's got sensitive nipples.
Okay, he's insecure, bro.
It is a very weird towel position.
Also, where is this camera? Where
That's a great point.
recorded?
That is a great point.
Where? How is this being recorded?
Is it security camera?
But why would he have a security camera like in his room where he's clearly naked?
This goes deeper. He was about to change in front of that,
That's
wasn't
what
he?
I'm saying. Why is there a security camera in a dorm room?
I don't.
Maybe he's making pornos.
I mean, yeah. She
And
knows
she
how to tie a
definitely
towel.
okay. You're telling me that right here on this frame, she doesn't see his balls right now?
No, look, she's look at that eye contact. She's strict. Oh, never mind.
Nah, dude, look, watch, look at her face. She's like, oh, look at that. Never mind. My bad. Hey,
You?
thanks. You got a big old. What is it? What's the fucking joke from The Office? I got a Magnum condom for my
Oh, no,
monster
that's
dog.
Sunny.
Oh,
Get
it's
it
always
straight.
Sunny.
Come on.
Sorry, you
Got
guys.
my monster condom for my Magnum dong.
Sorry, I don't know my mediocre sitcoms.
You.
just kidding.
Do you see?
Get
It's
go home.
It's always Sunny released a podcast. Yeah.
Like, is it a weekly thing or is it?
Are they in character?
They put out the first 3 episodes. They talk about like making the show.
I'd rather hear a podcast of the
I mean,
characters.
that's virtually them. So
Yeah.
like,
Wasn't there an episode where they started a podcast because they thought
Probably.
everything
they were
talked
doing a
about-
radio show.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
They also did one where like YouTube was first getting big, and they're like, "Well, we got to get on YouTube."
Well,
Those aren't on. They pulled those because like Dee does the Martina
Oh,
Martinez
yeah.
Well,
characters, and she does like
when I first said I was
brown face.
starting a podcast, this person also said he's like everyone has podcasts. Everyone who they just get a podcast because they think that it's like Always Sunny. They think everything they talk about is interesting, so that's why they have a podcast. He's like, no one's gonna do it with you, and no one's gonna listen. And guess what? He was wrong about
Joe
both,
and Wright, shut the fuck
motherfucker.
up.
Look at the camera. Look at that camera. Look at that camera. Look at that camera.
All right, fuck you, Dave Morawski. Anyway.
I really don't like that guy.
Nope. I don't really talk to him anymore either. So,
Fuck him.
oh well.
Not a friend of the
We're
show.
beefing.
Not a
with
friend
Dave.
of the show. Yeah. Come at me, bitch.
Beefing.
Come at me. Well, I think that wraps it up for tonight. So thanks very much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. We hope you go see Ghostbusters if you didn't already see it.
Yeah.
Also, I got to do this thing. I can't believe I never do it. Let us know what you think about Ghostbusters
Yeah.
in the comments below, along with any other topics we talk about. Throw us a like if you or a dislike. It's engagement. It doesn't matter, and they don't count it anymore, so it's not embarrassing. And oh, really? Oh,
Smash that
Thank you. It's
subscribe.
For those
smash
of you
that
can't
subscribe
hear,
button.
Dan said subscribe.
Yeah, Dan said subscribe, please, for him. Okay,
He's
for
on
the
his
love of
P's and
God.
Q's.
All
Otherwise,
right,
he doesn't eat.
okay, he needs it. All right,
Yeah, Dan works for tips around here.
and they ain't big tips. Anyway, goodbye. We'll see you next week. Oh, we got a surprise next week. You're gonna fucking shit your pants.